how many times you say you've been here?
40 times.
40 times. Why? I mean, why? What brings you to hedonism that many times?
The wild women, the wild women, the ripping and the tearing, the ripping and the tearing.
All right. Okay. Yeah, let's just fucking...
Let's just fucking do it, man. Let's fucking get into it. Fucking ripping and tearing, you know? Ripping and tearing.
The fact that he says it twice.
Ripping and tearing, ripping and tearing. It's Goosebumps time, baby.
Hell yeah. Welcome, everybody. It's ripping and tearing Goosebumps time over on You Can't Scare Me.
Oh, that's horrible.
No, we're keeping it.
Oh, we should keep it.
No, absolutely. So, hey guys, what's going on? Everybody, welcome to You Can't Scare Me, the Goosebumps podcast. And today I am joined by Rachel.
Hello, hi.
And Mario.
Hi, it's me. It's Mario. I'm the cool ghoul who's everybody's pal.
The only reason I intro you guys is so that Mario can say I'm the cool ghoul who's everybody's pal.
I thought about that. I feel like that is maybe my life has been leading to saying that.
Hell yeah, man. Alrighty. So guess
But you didn't
what?
introduce yourself, Bob.
I didn't introduce myself, but you just did by
It's
saying
Bob.
my name, so everybody can infer it now. Hi, everybody. I am going to now tell everybody that we are changing up the podcast a little bit. We're messing around with the format just a touch, and in a way that I think you all will enjoy. So, without further ado, let's go into Mario's history lesson trademark.
I can't wait to tell you about this thing that I just found on Google. I'm gonna send it to you now before I start. Oh my god,
Okay.
Bob. What the fuck
Okay.
is this? Why is this here?
What? What is this? Okay, describe it to everybody.
Oh wait,
This is a
we'll save.
Goosebumps-
This is a save it for the cover section, I think, because we'll just let this
Okay.
percolate. Let this percolate because
It's a special mystery for everybody involved.
okay.
Today's episode, we are talking about the Goosebumps episode, Let's Get Invisible! Exclamation mark.
I think that's a great title, by the way.
I'm ready to get invisible. Are you ready to get invisible?
No.
No.
Yeah, I have a fear of invisibility. It's always been a lifelong fear of mine.
Do you?
Fear of invisibility?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like, damn.
Sorry.
Wow, that's weird.
We were supposed
like
to.
a weirdly specific thing.
Yeah, we were supposed to yes and to that, but we.
Oh, shit.
And you said you don't like improv. like, you come out blasting with I have a fear.
Exactly.
You fucking
What the
bam,
hell?
bam, bam.
All right, Mario.
Okay, all right.
Set the stage for Let's Get Invisible. Where are we?
So
When are we?
this
Whenst?
March. The year is March. The year is March. The month is March. The year is I didn't write this down, but I'm pretty sure it's 1993. The answer is yes, it was. I guess I just assumed I would remember that. The year is March. The month is 1993. The world turns. What's in theaters? One might wonder. Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so the last book was in January of 1993. For the record,
Right.
So to cover February and March, I'll be honest with you, it's a short list. This was a grim time for media, but I will tell you this: in February in theaters, Homeward Bound.
Oh my God.
A tier.
Oh, wait, that's not the full title.
Homeward Bound. The Great Journey. The good time that everyone had. The Incredible Journey.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
that was part of it, right? The Great Journey would have been good too. Groundhog Day.
Oh,
I mean, pretty big deal. Yeah.
that's one of those movies that just does not age.
Yeah, it's good. It's
timeless.
It's still great. Yeah, it's timeless. The Crying Game, which I will say is a pretty good movie. In 2022, I don't know that it's exactly like, you know, I don't know that it covers its subject matter the way that it probably needs to, but it, you know, famously, I think it's famous for the wrong reasons, putting it that way. But most importantly, in February, two, what I would say all-time classic movies, in addition to Groundhog's Day, Army of Darkness and Dead Alive.
I have never seen Dead Alive.
Oh my God, have you never seen Dead Alive?
I have never seen Dead Alive, but I have seen the poster. The poster is, yeah, I have absolutely seen it.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you this. At one point, you can find this clip easily. A priest drop kicks a zombie and says, "I kick ass for the Lord."
Oh, yes. That I've seen clips. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
It is a great movie if you like a bunch of guts. In March, surprisingly good alien abduction movie Fire in the Sky came out.
Ooh. Do you like alien abduction movies, Mario?
Not really. They're not my thing, to be honest. But Fire in the Sky, for the record, is mostly of just kind of drama about someone who's been abducted, but features a very, very cool and very upsetting flashback sequence to the aliens doing stuff. If like, it's easily the most famous part of Fire in the Sky is the sequence of the abduction itself, because it's real gross.
Interesting. See, I was hoping that you would say that yes, I love alien abduction movies, and in fact, Alien Autopsy is what got me to want to be into my profession.
I did actually attend a professional meeting about that movie.
What?
Yeah, I attended a conference in which one of the presentations was about that movie.
Wow.
I didn't.
And it being fake. It's like,
okay, all right.
it came at the tail end of a night that was entirely about vampires.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Okay,
No exaggeration. It was pretty great. It was just a night where we talked about vampires.
Listeners,
for like 3 hours.
Listeners, we spent about half an hour talking before starting this podcast, and to sum all of it up, basically, I just want to say Mario needs his own podcast because his life is fucking incredible.
I'll tell you, mostly what I thought was while I was sitting in this conference was, if I leave this conference now, because it ended at like midnight, if I leave this, I'm gonna get killed by a vampire when I leave this conference. Like, this is the setup for a vampire movie. I will be killed by a vampire, like, as I walk the streets of Anaheim, California.
Well, maybe the UFOs are vampires. You ever think of that?
Maybe, who knows? Also in theaters in March, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
TMNT 1, I'm with you.
I mean, isn't
TMNT
that the
2,
good one?
I'll follow you. TMNT 3,
I know.
believe that was Turtles in Time. Don't correct me. It's the one where they,
you're right.
they're
You're
in
right.
the samurai outfit.
Yeah, the good one.
Oh, wowzers.
What?
Whoa.
Okay.
That is a controversial opinion.
The podcast has now come to a screeching halt. Rachel, elaborate.
The good one.
It's funny because I was very tiny when that, what would I have been, like 1993? So it was like, I don't fucking know.
You would have been, what is that? Yeah, you would have been in, I don't think you would have hit 10 yet. No, you would have been.
Wasn't.
Yeah, you would have been 9.
9.
Math.
It doesn't feel like, I think I might have been 8.
Whatever.
Because of where I saw it.
Rachel, this is the least interesting part of what you just said.
It's just that this is, I'm very sorry. It's just that's I've only ever seen the movie once. And I remember as a very young kid being like, wow, cool, they're in the past. And that's
as a kid, I thought Warriors of Virtue is a cool movie, so I get you're coming from.
See, when I was a kid, I thought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 was a cool movie. And guess what?
Is.
Time has proved me right.
I have only seen the third one once. And they went back in the past. And I think that's why I liked it so much.
Look, I will say the toys were great.
I'm not going to tell you to watch it again. I'm not going to take this away from you.
Man, this sucks.
I'll watch it again.
I'll watch it again. Hell yeah, it's a TMNT thing. I love TMNT.
Yeah, I do too. To bring it back down, Brandon Lee died while filming The Crow. So in March of 1993. So
yes.
Bringing it back down to earth.
Speaking of which, the actor for the Doctor, the guy who played the Doctor in the TMNT 2 just died. He just recently died, yes.
Yeah.
Sad.
Wait, was that... It wasn't Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell?
Not Malcolm McDowell. Not Malcolm McDowell. Don't say that. Leave that out. That's wrong.
Jordan Perry, I believe.
Oh, okay. Then no. Then no.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. David Warner.
David Warner. It was David Warner. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
it was David Warner. That's what I meant when I said Malcolm McDowell. I don't know. Really cool actors that are in a lot of movies and elevate like all of them.
Yeah.
Like David Warner is amazing. He was the Loeb in Freakazoid.
Oh my God. Oh, Freakazoid is something I need to go back. That formulated so much of my humor when I was a kid.
Buddy. Me
that
too.
and Space Ghost. Oh man.
Me too. But he was the Loeb. He's also in The Omen. He's in everything. He's amazing.
You know, the funny thing about this, the main place I remember David Warner from was that
Quest of the Delta Knights?
Yeah, Quest of the Delta Knights from MST3K. Anytime I hear David Warner, I think, I'm also David Warner.
So, speaking of television programs, MST3K, in March 93, there's literally nothing happened in TV in February, March 93, except Beavis and Butthead premiered in March. Yeah.
Rachel, did I ever tell you that I got from my aunt at the time when Beavis and Butthead premiered, she gave me a Beavis and Butthead keychain that my parents immediately took away from me.
Holy shit.
And locked it up in their closet because it was a bad influence.
Maybe they thought you'd be really into Cornholio and that you would do that all the time.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, my mom's boyfriend did do that all the time. So,
well, I mean,
thank you.
in the 90s.
Honestly, I think my opinion of my parents has turned around. I no longer have childhood trauma.
They were saving you. They were saving you. In the world of video games,
oh, I fucking love video games.
February, X-Wing, the first X-Wing game came out, and Star Fox 1.
Whoa! Nice. 2 fantastic flying games.
Yeah.
Incredible.
In March, Kirby's Adventure came out.
Oh boy, classic. Shit.
Indeed.
I remember trying to beat that and just failing constantly, and then I gave up.
Best-selling game. It was one of the best-selling games in the NES in March. It was the best-selling game in the NES in March. Star Fox was the best-selling game on the SNES. And so concludes everything I have to say about media in the winter of our discontent, 1993.
And with Mario's history lesson out of the way. Oh, I'm sorry. And with Mario's history lesson trademark out of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Now it's time to talk about Let's Get Invisible's cover. What do we think of Tim Jacobus's work on this cover? Personally, I think it's pretty damn good. Very evocative, very interesting. I love his use of color with the blue and the orange. And just to describe it to everybody, this is the mirror that's going to constantly come up in this book, and rightfully so, because it's the thing that causes things to happen.
Which is weird, but we'll get into that. I mean, like,
yeah. It's odd, but yes. So the cover is a child with a orange shirt and hair. I was going to say
blue pants.
Blue pants, yes. Those jeans?
Colors. That's
Yep, exactly. And I was going to say he has beautiful hair, which will come up later during our discussion of the book. He is turning invisible. He is staring at his right hand in the mirror at his left. Why did I say that?
Because it's important, Bob.
It is important.
Because you're thinking like R.L. Stein. This is important information.
This is very important information. We need to distinguish the
handedness,
reflection,
and parting of hair is very important in this book.
Extremely important.
It's like fucking Inception. You got to be keeping your eyes, peepers peeled for these little clues.
Oh, it's so he's insinuating so much with this cover. If you pay attention, you know the whole plot of the story. So, he's in his attic and he's looking at himself, and guess what? He's turning invisible and his pants are disappearing and he's aghast. He's, oh no, what's going on? What do you think of this cover, babe?
I think it's all right. I think it's kind of boring.
I get where you're coming from, because it's not like it.
It's not like Monster Blood.
Yeah,
like where Monster Blood is like
there isn't a monster on it. I would say
exactly. Like Let's Get Invisible. The cover is trying to evoke, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why some nameless suit at Scholastic put a spider web on the mirror
Yeah.
of Jacobus's work, which famously that was not there. Someone who we don't know who like put it on the mirror, but they're trying to solve the problem of like what is scary about going invisible. That seems like that's when you think of a superpower, it's like flying, going invisible. Like why?
And let me say, like when we went into this, going into this book, I definitely thought this book is going to be very bad because I don't think this premise is interesting at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And suddenly,
surprise, I really liked it, but like
it's not bad. It's I'd take this over fucking the Mummy book.
Tomb.
Like holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Anyway, so Mario, what do you think of it?
I think it's a low key cover. I don't think it's like a super exciting cover. I don't think it pops. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think it's like a whoa, I gotta buy this book kind of cover.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It is conveying, honestly, maybe better than any previous cover in the series. It conveys what's in the book to you, which is pretty wild. Is this the best of them? Like, is this the best one in terms of like the plot? Like,
the most like accurate.
Yeah. Honestly, I think so.
I think it is. Like, I think it actually is.
You can look at this cover and judge it according, like, you know, you're gonna look at this and you know what you're gonna get. This is
you can judge a book by its cover in this case.
You can judge this book by its cover, absolutely. So
that's what they should put the tagline as, instead of now you see it, now you don't. But you can judge this book by this cover.
Finally, truth in advertising. So there are some other covers that we should talk about, namely the 2015 cover, which is very different, a lot more green.
I don't love this.
It's weird.
Well, I'll tell you, I love his shirt. I love the shirt he's wearing.
Oh,
with
what is
this child? With this like the graphic tee.
Oh yeah, that's a weird shirt. What is that? It's like
a smiling child with a pompadour. It's really weird.
Oh, is he like posing in front of the mirror? I thought he was like walking in front of it.
I'm not sure.
But if you look at his reflection, he looks like he's kind of like a sort of like a bravado pose or something.
Gotcha.
I honestly don't know. Like I can't tell.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like the new covers.
So yeah, this one was done by Brandon Dorman, and it's pretty different. Brandon Dorman seems to enjoy not reproducing the work that was done for the previous cover.
Yeah.
He likes to kind of like take the essence of it, but mainly fuck up the camera angle just to, make it like completely different. So with this cover, the camera is kind of high up. We see the mirror on the right of the frame, and we see who we'll find out later is Max, and Max's reflection, and he's turning invisible. You can't see his face. You see him in the reflection in the corner. There's a weird green sunburst coming from the light that's in the top left, but funny enough, the Goosebumps logo is covering it, so you can't really tell that that's the light.
Oh my god, I just realized that's the light. I was like, what the hell is this green oozy shit?
Yeah.
Not good. It's not good.
Yeah, I get it though. I get trying to like add a little bit more intrigue to it, but and I can empathize because it's just hard. It's hard to make this creepy.
The cover is incorrect because the light is not attached to the mirror. So like, although there is a light on the mirror, but it's not on. So like, what's that about? I don't know.
Artistic liberties, my friend. Artistic liberties.
I just don't think this. The original is better than this.
Yes,
absolutely.
For sure. Now, which is, I think, going to be the case across the board.
Almost certainly. But can we talk about, please, the Japanese cover, which fucking rules again every time?
It's not this pink looking fucking one, is it?
No. I got you here. If you
okay.
I got you. Perfect. It's certainly also not the other one I sent in the chat. So
which we need to talk about. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Look at how cool that is. Like,
that's how you make a fucking scary ass.
Oh god!
That's so cool. All right, you have to describe it.
Like, it's a bunch of horrible ghost faces, ghoul faces in this mirror, which book accurate mirror. Has the light. It looks really good, honestly. Like, that's a really good rendition of this mirror. And it's got these very clear spooky ghoul faces in the mirror with like purple light emanating from around the back of the mirror. It is fucking creepy as shit. It looks great. It looks incredible.
I want to say that there's another book that Tim Jacobus does where he plays with brown and purple, and I want to say it's the Werewolf of Fever Swamp, but I love this color combination for Goosebumps. Like the brown and then like really like highlight like bright purple is just such a, it really conveys like horror. And why are all of the Japanese covers so fucking good? Who did
they go so hard? They go so hard, every one of them.
The best part, they don't need to do it. They could just take the American version, but they never do. And I'm happy for them. Like, that's great. This is fantastic.
It kicks ass. Can we quickly mention the French cover that features Amélie? Apparently, is in it.
Oh, you have to link that. What the hell is that?
I mean, it just looks like Amélie. Like this is just a picture of Amélie. I'm pretty sure this is just Amélie.
Oh yeah, what the hell is that about? It is just
the prisonniers du mirror.
Mirror.
Prisonniers.
Prisonniers.
That's Amélie though, right?
That's 100% Amélie. Yeah, that's there's a girl in the mirror, and she has her hand coming through the mirror, and she apparently is a prisoner of the mirror, which seems to be the French title.
I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. That's also not even accurate to what happens in the book, really. So, spoilers for the book.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then finally, I'd like to just acknowledge the one I found on DeviantArt. That's the Disney Goosebumps, which features Huey, Dewey, and Louie T-posing on a cover.
T-posing with
underneath
the Star of
the
David.
Hanukkah
The Star of David behind them.
The Star of David is above them. You remember, you guys ever hear about the, famously during the Hanukkah season when kids become invisible?
No, they don't become invisible. They become Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I just now noticed his lower half is actually
missing. It's not there.
It's gone, so that is invisible. You're right. I did think it was weird that none of them were invisible, but you're right.
Props for this, whoever did this, for realizing that you could just horizontal flip one of the kids and change the color of the hat and the shirt. Really, really good use of time.
Can this be the thumbnail?
I think it has to be. Although we might, wait, no, we can't because we'll get sued.
Well, they have their little watermark in the middle.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay? Does that make it okay?
I don't know if that makes it okay.
I think that makes it worse. Also, I just want to point out the Let's Get Invisible font, which seems to be Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh,
Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, it's the Fast and Furious font.
Why does the Let's Get Invisible have a shirt on? Why does that cover deserve a shirt?
I don't. Now you see him, now you don't. What?
Imagine walking around with this Goosebumps cover on you.
You got to be a real Goosebumps head, you know?
I want to note, by the way, I was in a Target this weekend, and I saw hanging in the children's section a Goosebumps t-shirt.
Did you buy it?
No, it was for children. It was for children. Not to toot my own horn, but I am bigger than a 6-year-old. Damn it. Not to, imply anything.
Wow, humble brag. Jesus.
About my, I don't want to oversell how fit I am, but I am bigger than a 6-year-old.
Wow. Rachel, that's your cue to go, wow.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't want to be like, yeah, I work out, but I can't fit in a child's shirt.
Yes. I want to see you in that shirt, that exact shirt, the child's shirt.
I'll buy it and try, but it will not work.
Stretched to the point of ripping apart. And with that, we are now on to our next section. Yes, I am sorry, but no longer are we doing the 3-sentence summary. We are instead doing a 3-way. I shouldn't have started it that way. We're doing a chapter summary. So before the podcast, we all decided to split the book into 3 segments. and we allocated chapters to everybody. So the first part is going to be Mario.
I think it helps ease the transition into this format.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just jump right into it.
Yeah.
As our fearless writer Joey Bob Stein does, because I would like to note that the first sentence in this book is very good.
Yes.
The first sentence in this book, which I will read to you directly, is, "I went invisible for the first time on my 12th birthday." One, he is 12 years old.
Yes.
I want to get that right out of the way. First
he was 11, but
very
now
relatable.
but the book happened, and now he is immediately 12.
Kids, get ready to relate, because he is 12 years old.
I must say, though, Mario, the first sentence of the book is very good. The second sentence is
bad. Or incredible.
It is wildly different.
Yeah, no, I would like to note the second sentence is also good in a different way. It was all Whitey's fault in a way, period. Context removed? I mean, fair. Fair enough.
I do not disagree.
I don't disagree with you. Context removed. But I would like to note that it continues in a very weird way, because, man, this narrator, hates his dog.
Yeah.
He shits on his dog so much in this book. Whitey is the dog, okay? He is all black, so they named him Whitey.
Funny.
Which is funny.
Oh, and I don't know if you guys realize this, but in the trivia on the Goosebumps wiki, apparently Whitey was the name of R.L. Stein's dog when he was a kid.
Oh, so he literally did it for the exact same reason, hilariously.
Yep. Which is a joke very much of its time.
But it's funny now in a different way.
Yeah.
Just remember, folks, it was all Whitey's fault in a way. And in a way, isn't it always? I can guarantee in universe where I made this fucking shitty mirror was definitely some old white dude. You know that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They're the only people who make this shitty mirror.
Nukes and
Dick Cheney made this fucking mirror.
Nukes and crazy haunted mirrors.
Newt Gingrich sitting around making a fucking weird mirror.
George Bush ass mirror.
In any case, yes. So opening sentence, extremely strong, powerfully good. I was instantly like, take me away, Bob. Let's do this, Jovial Bob. Let's fucking go. So it is Max's birthday. He has just turned 12. All right. That is our main character, which we will learn in a few sentences. His name is Max. Some things to know about Max. Maybe the only thing to know about Max is that he's obsessed with his hair.
Yes.
There is a very extended portion of this book devoted to hair and the way that it looks. And to R.L. Stein's credit, while I read it, I thought, what the fuck is happening, R.L.? What are we doing? It does matter.
Eventually.
It's actually important. Max's hair is very thick and cool. And he also has big ears.
It's true.
Just so you
Which
know.
he uses his hair to cover.
Yep. Max has a brother who we meet. His brother is 10, and would you believe that he is an annoying little brother, in the Goosebumps style. In the Goosebumps style.
I was gonna say R.L. Stein writing a shitty little brher for the main character.
It happens.
What are you talking about?
It happens from time to time.
No.
His brother is left-handed, and therefore his nickname is Lefty.
I feel like we need to just pause and be like, how did the parents let this happen? What did the parents are just like?
Let Lefty happen?
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, we're just calling our kid Lefty now, as though that I mean, this kid doesn't have a name in this book.
No, he doesn't. He's just Lefty.
It's just Lefty.
Well, I mean,
You're right.
They give him a name. It's Noah. But
Yeah,
they
in
just
the
don't
show.
use it
TV
ever.
show.
In the show.
I know. Honestly, I actually really, I think it just, I liked it.
Okay, all right. You don't have to explain yourself.
I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with Lefty as a person.
Yes, yes.
I would also like to note that Lefty is very antsy in general. They say he has ants in his pants. Basically, it sounds like he has ADHD.
Yes.
Is the impression that I got from this narration.
Something that happens throughout the book is that this kid never stays still. He is constantly doing shit.
Notably, he is always throwing his softball in the air. If he had a fidget spinner, for example, he would not need to do this.
Yes.
He is also always throwing a softball directly at people who aren't expecting it.
Yep. And then blaming them for not ever catching.
Yeah.
Yep, and he almost breaks a mirror in this chapter. I'd like to just note that now. He almost breaks a mirror.
Yep.
Set up. Fucking set that up. Chapter 1.
Second page, immediate setup.
So this is Max's party. He and Lefty I guess they get along in a sense, but they're always telling each other they stink or they're dumb, etc. Lefty, when people are arriving for the party, Lefty, beelines to the door and, very dramatically opens it. That kind of,
right.
He has to be the one that does it and, overstep his older brother. In any case, the doorbell rings. His friends arrive. His first up is his best friend, Zach. Zach gifts Max a bunch of X-Force comics. Again, we are talking about X-Force.
Yep.
I don't get it. I don't know what R.L. Stein's deal with the X-Force was. Maybe he was reading it.
Maybe he was reading it. Maybe one of his kids was reading it. Maybe he was
could be
something was happening there because this is multiple times that X-Force.
R.L. Stein did write a comic for Marvel a few years.
Was it X-Force?
This is world building.
No, it was Giant Size Man Thing.
It's world building. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, everybody in Goosebumps world is it's the only comic, which is interesting that you mentioned that because if I remember correctly, there is another book that has to do with a comic book.
There is,
and
yes, there is
something that happens with that.
Oh,
Attack of the Mutant is the
which we saw a preview for the TV episode.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
It's bad. That TV episode's not good.
I'm so excited. It's a two-parter, too.
There's also a video game adaptation of that one.
What? Oh, right. Yeah, you're totally... Yeah, absolutely.
So they use the term graphic novel also to describe the X-Force book, which I thought was interesting.
Jovial Bob is a man of culture.
He's a cultured man. So I would also like to note here that Zach has a weird half-buzz, kind of cool guy haircut. It's important. He has a cool guy haircut.
Yes.
It's buzzed on the left, I think, and then it's over to the right.
Long on the right.
Yeah.
And again, I thought, are we just padding? Are we putting in text RL to make this longer? Nope, this is important. There's discussion of girls. Zach has a crush on Max's cousin. This is irrelevant because she will not be appearing in this book.
Yep.
Zach is very intense and must win at everything. That's important.
Yes.
He's got to be the best at everything.
Agree.
Remember that for later. The girls arrive, including Aaron, who has a mousy voice and whom Max likes, and April, who is always sad.
I forgot about this part. Yeah, she's described as going to the window at one point and just staring as it's raining outside.
Yes. Well, he realized that she's just shy.
Yes.
Yeah, but there are a couple times in this book where Max describes someone as just being generally kind of sad.
Yeah.
Look, kids pick up on these things.
The thing of note here, I think, is that April gives Max a CD, and Aaron, whom he likes, gives him nothing.
Yes.
Because she hasn't bought it yet. Which, oof. Ooh, that one hurts.
That's a signal.
That one hurts. The 15 kids are out in total. The girls want to play Twister. Max wants to watch The Terminator.
Yes.
They compromise by playing Twister and not really watching Terminator.
Yeah. They watch a bit of it and then they have to go.
And then that's everyone has what Max describes as an okay time. Which is really good. Max gets April and Aaron to come to his room to see his Super Nintendo because they don't like the Terminator. They go upstairs, but a bulb is out, and in the spooky darkness, a shadowy figure leaps from a closet. Cliffhanger.
What do we think it is?
The dog.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Well,
Wait, was it the dog?
I don't think it was.
It wasn't, but
who is
close.
Who is a shit in this book?
Oh, right. Lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was chapter 1. We haven't revealed Lefty's existence yet. Anything anyone wants to add to chapter 1?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, there is one thing actually. Mario, which what version of this book are you reading? Are you reading
I
it
am
with
reading apparently the original version.
I am very happy that I was the only person who okay, so a couple things. First off, there are 2 versions of this book, the new reprint and the original version. Both Mario and Rachel read the original versions. I read the updated version, and and one of the major differences is that the Super Nintendo reference is no longer there. They took it out.
Bummer.
Oh, okay.
Also, I wanted to watch the Terminator movie I'd rented is changed to I wanted to watch a Terminator movie. So the concept of renting movies is completely gone.
Okay.
Because I think this was too grand of a concept to convey to modern children. They don't, and that will be followed up later. I'm just setting that up now. But also, I wanted to say, Rachel, where did you read this book?
Oh, Internet Archive.
This book is available for free on Internet Archive.
Yeah, you just gotta refresh your borrow every hour.
Oh, well, there you go. But yeah, just FYI.
I won't reveal my secrets, I guess, because I don't know if they're on the up and up.
But yeah, so if you want to read, the books, they're available there. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
I will continue on.
Yes.
I'll press onward into chapter 2. A much shorter list of points for this one. Spoilers, of course, it was Lefty. Of course it was Lefty. This is the first fake out of the book, and I will say this. One of the few fake outs in this book.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the reasons I liked it.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I don't think this book spends a lot of time pretending that it's going to be something it's not.
Yes.
But this is a fake out. It's obligatory, and it's like you bought this book, so you're getting a fucking jump scare. Here you go. So they're up there. Lefty's laughing his ass off. He thinks that's very funny. As of course we all agree that it's very funny to scare your friend and the girl he likes and her sad friend. The Whitey is sniffing around upstairs, and he keeps sniffing at the attic door. And this is fucking wild because Erin loves attics because she is a fucking freak.
Oh man.
She's a fucking freak.
He beat you to it, babe. Rachel wanted to call her a fucking freak.
Oh, do you want to say it? You can say it.
No, I was just... No, it's fine.
Did you think it though?
I
thought it immediately.
She not only thought, okay, so the way that we read the first 2/3 of the book was I jokingly said, "Hey Rachel, you want to read the book?" And she goes, "Sure," and then just starts reading it out loud. Because that's the other thing that I forgot to mention.
That's awesome. That fixes the audiobook issue.
Exactly. But that's the other thing I forgot to mention. There is no audiobook version of this book. So, yeah, Rachel was my own personal audiobook. And she, guys, fellow Goosebumps heads, Rachel did a fantastic job. She did the voices.
I believe that.
She did the inflections. She read everything like it was great. I honestly thought, why aren't we streaming this? Like, why isn't Rachel just like reading it and then we're live reacting to it?
Live stream the reading, yeah.
That sounds like a legitimately fun time, and we were having a great time. That was fun. Anyway, highly recommend it.
So, I'm glad that you agree that Aaron's a fucking freak.
That's what I was getting to. Yeah, in the middle of doing that, Rachel called out that she was a fucking freak.
Yeah, as Mario would put it, is what I said.
Yeah, as Mario would put it, she is a fucking freak.
My immediate, I literally wrote in the margins, a fucking freak.
It made me love her, though.
Max informs us in response to this that sometimes girls are weird, which... Yep. Hey, I mean, sometimes guys are weird in worse ways.
This is true.
But I mean, yeah, sometimes girls are weird. You're right.
Which will come. Actually, the guys being weird will come up later. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just saying, teens, young kids out there reading Goosebumps, boys specifically. Girls are weird too. It's fine. Yeah. They're also weird. They're into weird stuff.
And everybody poops. How about everybody's weird?
Normalize them being weird.
Yes.
Everybody poops and is weird.
Yeah, just normalized girls being into kind of weird shit. Erin loves old junk. She loves musty smells. Fucking freak. Fucking freak.
This girl, geez.
They so she's like really pressuring them to go on this attic, and of course Max agrees to do it because Max likes Erin. I don't think that they say that directly, but that's the implication I got out of it.
Right.
I mean, we've all done that. Gone into a musty attic because we got a crush
because
over
our SO was pressuring us to go in there because she loved the smell of must.
I would like to I'll say this now, and we can come back to it later because I think it becomes really clear later. This book has like big like peer pressure themes to it. And I got like a kind of drug thing to it, like a dare kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I didn't think about that before.
We'll circle back to it because it's more pronounced later.
Yes.
But they go in the attic. I would like to note now that Lefty is still tossing a softball around. Erin is like digging through stuff. She finds a magazine with weird old clothes, which made me think of Say Cheese and Die.
Mm-hmm.
Whitey is scratching at something. They notice, and Lefty suggests he's tearing a mouse apart, which like whoa, slow down. Whitey finds a hidden door, and Erin urges them to check it out. So Max, the narrator, informs us now that's why I blamed Whitey, because if we hadn't been sniffing around at this fucking door, we would have never had all the trouble that we had. He said we wouldn't have discovered the exciting and frightening secret behind the door.
Which I'll take that as a cliffhanger over the fucking bullshit like scares.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was like, it's bold as the writer R.L. Stine to say, "Hey, the book is going to get interesting now." but I mean, it worked. Like,
yeah, like
it wasn't bullshit. Like,
have we ever had a narrator like this who just straight up comes out and says, "Hey,
no,
we're doing this, and this." Something creepy is going to happen.
No, we have not, which I think is kind of interesting. Max continues to shit on... Chapter 3, Max shits on Whitey some more. Which, more power to you.
Yep.
But also, be nice to your dog, you weirdo. The door is, like, rusted. It's a very old latch. And like it slides off easily, which is interesting. And they Lefty runs in the room and starts shouting about finding a dead body, which I won't even justify saying it's a fake out because like it's just obviously not. But Erin and April somehow believe this might be true. The room is big. It's too big to be a closet. Okay. And we have what is an actual fake out because Max enters the room and a dark figure emerges and he screams mid-chapter pause. It's a mirror, you fucking dork. It's a mirror. They have found a mirror. To describe this mirror, and I'll describe this now because it's important for the TV show, I guess. That is a regular kind of mirror. It's an old mirror. It's big. It's rectangular. It's 2 feet taller than Max. Guesstimate how tall that might be, because I'm not good at guesstimating how tall a 12-year-old is. It's not dusty, of note.
Interesting.
Max checks his hair out in the mirror. Did you know that Max has hair? Did you know that Max likes to look at his hair in the mirror? Reminder that he does. But why is the mirror here is the question one must ask. Max muses that it might have belonged to his grandparents as he combs his hair like a weirdo, is what I have written down there. But you might say like as he combs his hair like a dork, a total dweeb. Lefty suggests that it might be a carnival mirror that makes you look like an egg. Of note, it is not a mirror that causes like distorted figures. But Max replies, "You already look like an egg," which I think is a really good.
Burned him good.
Fucking got him. The mirror has a light bulb attached to the top of it. It's a long, narrow bulb. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Max tests it out. He reaches up and he misses, which make note of that one, I guess, because people cannot fucking grab this light chain to save their lives in this book.
Literally.
I flashed to like the Game Grumps clip where he's talking about trying to shoot something and missing, and I fired and I missed, and I fired again and I missed, and I fired again and I missed.
It's like,
Then I got tired and I fell asleep, and then I woke up and fired again and I missed.
oh boy.
So I fired again, and I missed, and then I missed again,
And then I fired again, and then I missed, and then I fired, and then I fired, and I missed. I missed both times, and then I fired, and I missed. This went on for several hours, and then I fired, and then I missed.
And then I was out of bullets, and then I got sad.
Yeah.
I had a popsicle, and then I passed out in the snow.
And then I woke up, and then I reloaded, and then I fired, and then I missed.
I missed again. I fired. I hit something, but it wasn't what I was going for. So I guess I missed.
It's like that Germa clip of him shooting with that light gun game where he's just shooting and better try another one. And he throws, better try another one.
Let's see what kind of a shot you are, Pilgrim. Take a crack at this bottle. You missed that one. Try another.
He doesn't.
You missed that one. Try another. You missed that one. Try another. You missed that one. Try another. You missed that one. Try another.
I can't even fucking do this.
You missed that one. Try another.
yeah. I fired and I missed. Ate a popsicle. I fired and I missed. So they miss the light chain. Max tries again and he succeeds. The light flashes real bright, lights the whole room, and everyone is shocked because Max has become invisible.
Dun dun
In chapter 3.
dun.
Dum dum dum. An actual cliffhanger.
Wow.
An actual cliffhanger 3 chapters into the book.
Incredible.
Pretty wild. It happens sometimes.
I also love when this happened and you on Discord said, y'all, shit actually happens like at the beginning of this fucking book, and it's crazy and it's great. It's like the book says that we're going to get invisible, and they go invisible within the by the third chapter. That's crazy. It's nuts.
I mean, it's pretty buck wild to me. Like
R.L. Stein breaking new ground.
chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4. Max assumes everybody is making fun of him or playing a trick on him. They are all very insistent that he is invisible. Okay? And please note that in the book, this takes a while for him to come around to the idea that this is happening.
Yeah.
Max notes that the light is growing really bright and it's hurting his eyes. I think this is interesting. I think that everything that happens to the invisible person in this book is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea that there is that, and R.L. Stein does this, I think, pretty well. Like makes it increasingly unsettling about being invisible. That like something is happening to them while they're there. So shielding his eyes, Max turns the light off and becomes visible. Max basically tells everyone to fuck off and stop trying to convince him that he was invisible because that's stupid. And April suggests that it was an optical illusion. Which is fucking okay.
Yeah.
All right. But Max like points to his reflection. He's like, "I'm right here," and then he fixes his hair again. And then Lefty tosses his ball around like an idiot. Again, it just fucking happens again. Everyone continues to insist on invisibility a lot. This happens a lot, and Max is still like, "I don't know. You're trying to fool me," Also, Max keeps talking about in this book people's dark reflections.
What?
Yeah.
He talks about their reflections being dark.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh, wow. They set that up, huh? Okay.
I don't know, Rachel, if you thought this was like foreshadowing or not, because I'm not clear. I'm not sure what it represents.
I thought it was foreshadow, I guess. Because
it feels like one.
Because I think he calls him later in one of the chapters. It calls him like the shadowy something. I think, like bringing them up again.
This definitely comes back up.
Oh yes,
this definitely comes back up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like he like very often will like describe reflections as like enshadowed or dark or like so I don't know if that's meant to be foreshadowing. It feels like it, I guess. Lefty wants to like prove the invisibility thing to Max, but Max says he's too young to do it. Which, like, at what age is it okay to become invisible? What's the legal age for invisibility?
12.
You got it.
You're too young. You're too young to be invisible. Ask again when you're older.
It's like a Beavis and Butthead keychain. You know, you just have to be a certain age.
You're too young to know what cornholio is.
And to go invisible.
Aaron volunteers instead, leading to a cliffhanger. End of chapter 4. Chapter 5, Aaron misses the fucking chain again.
Oh my god.
I missed.
Which, like, are you fucking kidding me,
These
guys?
kids, they're so short.
It can't be that high. It can't be that high. It cannot be. And just as she's about to do it again, her mom calls her and has arrived to pick her up from the party. So kind of a fake out a little bit.
Yeah.
But more like tantalizing you with the possibility of what might it's not so much a fake out because she would have become invisible. It's more like we're passing the buck to a future chapter where she will become invisible.
Yeah.
So Lefty wants to tell their parents about the mirror because Lefty, I think, is a fucking narc in this book. Lefty is the worst person to know a secret maybe ever to have lived. like first of all, his immediate reaction is to tell his mom about it, which, are you fucking kidding me? Like
That's honestly the first thing I would have done. Just because something like this would have freaked me the fuck out. You best believe that I would have been like April and just chilling against the fucking wall. No, I'm not.
I mean, I
that.
do think that. I think I would have been like April and just been like, "What the fuck is this?"
Y'all are high as fuck.
Yeah. I would have been like, "Let's go play the Super Nintendo." I was promised a Nintendo console. Are we not doing that? Mom. So Lefty has to tell their mom, and mom, this is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I don't understand what this is at all. Lefty knocks over some tulip with his softball. Like, fucking come on.
Mom flips her shit.
Oh, flips her shit, dude. like Max, like, literally describes his mom goes off on Lefty. like just completely goes off, and Lefty is like, I'm real sorry, mom. Oh my God. And she's like, listen, you little shit. you knock over one more fucking vase, you're going out the fucking cornfield. And then the best part is that as he walks away, Lefty begins tossing his ball again.
Yep. Yeah. This kid's just
this
not
little shit.
Like digesting anything. He lives solely in the present.
This, like, completely in one ear out the other.
Yeah.
Like no thought process on this whatsoever. And this is fucking buck wild to me because they just all collectively forget about the mirror.
Yep.
Like, it's all collectively don't think about it anymore.
Well, they lack object permanence. As soon as they stop seeing it, it's just whoop, gone. No more thoughts. Head empty.
So it takes several days, and then finally, Max is quote unquote keyed up one night. I don't know what that means.
He did a key of coke. That's what.
And he can't sleep, and he remembers the mirror, so he decides to go try it again. To convince himself of the invisibility thing being real, I guess. In the middle of the night, he thinks this is a good idea. So he tries to sneak upstairs in the dark, which is only lit by Lefty's nightlight, which he makes fun of him for having, despite the fact that it's like helping him out in this moment. He goes in the attic. He tries to make no sounds, but in an old house, that's impossible. True facts. Mm-hmm. So the door was left open, so Max is like, come on, gang, we really goofed this one up. So like the book describes him being like drawn to the mirror.
Yeah.
Like it's like a magnet is pulling him to the mirror. Like a mental magnet. So he looks in the mirror, sees his reflection, tries the light again, but before he can grab the chain, he sees eyes staring at him. I believe it like dark eyes. Yeah, dark and evil eyes, as a matter of fact. Staring at him in the mirror. Bum, bum, bum.
It's Lefty.
It's fucking Lefty.
Yep.
God damn it. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe this is just a thing that siblings do. It's like, are always jump scaring you.
I am an older brother. I'm the oldest of my family. Rachel is the oldest. I will confirm that the youngest is generally speaking the most annoying.
Yeah.
But I've never had a situation like this. Like at a certain point, it's like everyone's chill. Like we can
I've never had a situation like any Goosebumps book. You should clarify like where the sibling is constantly doing the most.
It's just kind of insane that this kid is just never chill. Like then again,
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Anyway, but yeah.
Max half screams, half whispers. I note that down because I thought, man, this would be a perfect time for an audiobook. Like whisper scream, it's happening here. Like
It's perfect. Also, at the beginning of chapter 6 is where the quote, "I peered down into the dark reflection."
there you go. So dark reflection number 2.
There you go.
Lefty, so Max doesn't go to bed. Lefty threatens to tell mom and dad if he makes him go back to bed, which Max says, "I hate being threatened." How often does that happen to you? That's so weird. It's a weird sentence. Then he also says, "Sometimes I wish I could pound him, but we live in a non-violent family." Which,
Yes.
as opposed to what, Max? As opposed to what exactly?
I was laughing because his mom was freaking out on him just
yeah, and he knows that apparently his mom is the one that says that, which is does she have to remind herself?
Yes.
It's a non-violent family. It's a I can't kill this child.
I can't throttle this kid.
So Max says sometimes non-violence can be real frustrating. Know what I mean?
I was like, fuck yes. I feel you on that.
So Max says he's feeling sleepy because it's the middle of the night. You duh.
Well,
they both want to try the lamp and they try it together. Sorry, Bob, go on.
no, I was just going to say he did do the cocaine, but go on.
No, that's true. He's keyed up.
Yeah.
They agree to try the lamp together in a show of brotherly consolidarity. Or just solidarity, not consolidarity. It's just solidarity.
I was going to say.
I just made up a word for
Is that a
fun.
word?
Brotherly cool times.
Yeah. just bros being dudes.
just bros. Chapter 7, they go invisible. The light is so bright it causes Max physical pain, apparently.
Yeah.
Max turns to Lefty, who is gone. He's fucking visible. Yeah, Max, he's invisible. You know this. You fucking figure it out. Put two and two together, man. They notably don't have reflections.
Yep.
Okay. They do still have a physical presence. We learned this here because they can tickle one another. Which, okay.
Set up for later. Not really, but just set up for fucking weird shit.
Yeah. They wrestle. It's weird. They both note that it's weird to be wrestling an invisible person. Max wonders Max begins to wonder, what's the extent of this? Could they leave the attic? Could they leave the house?
Yeah.
Could they go spying on people, i.e. girls, which, hey, what the fuck, guys? Hey, man, don't be weird. Don't be fucking weird. Don't be fucking weird. Just don't be weird. Now, again, important to note here, Lefty begins to note that he is, as they both note, they have begun feeling quote-unquote fluttery.
Yeah.
Kind of dizzy, kind of light. They are losing weight. They're becoming weightless. Lefty's really insistent they go back. They pull the chain. Max pulls it, but they don't come back. Cliffhanger. Chapter 8. Anything to add?
No, can't think of anything.
Okay, chapter 8. The boys are panicked. They panic because they're not coming back. They try the chain again, and he misses again.
Oh my god.
Max misses again.
Oh my god.
The fucking third time.
It happens so frequently that when I was reading the story and Bob and I were talking about it, I actually thought it was part of the mechanism.
Yeah.
That you have to miss it.
You have to pull it twice.
We had this
miss the first.
Yeah, there was this theory we had where it's part of the switch is invisible, and so when you hit it anyway.
Yup.
No, these kids are just real clumsy.
Yeah, I guess so.
I fired and I missed, and I fired again and I missed again. And I got tired and I took a nap and then I woke up.
Try to shoot another one.
So Max tries again and they suddenly return. Okay, and they begin again. So this is like an interesting thing where which I think feels pretty natural and like well put together. Like they are kind of trying to figure out the rules of this mirror. So like they put two together like, okay, well, we stayed invisible longer, so maybe it takes longer for us to become visible again. That's an assertion they are making, or an inference they're making. Again, Lefty wants to narc, and Max says no because they might take the mirror away. And he wants to use the mirror one more time to scare Zach. And Max wants to scare the life out of him when he comes over on Saturday. Fast forward to Saturday. Zach is here. But they have to eat lunch first. They have to eat chicken noodle soup and PB&J.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird combo of.
Yeah, I mean, I think soup and peanut butter goes good, like peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, really?
But the jelly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that like peanut butter. I've had peanut butter sandwiches and chicken noodle soup before.
Oh, okay. I never had them together,
but the jelly part
in the same meal. It was always like, oh, you can have the peanut butter and honey sandwiches, and then you eat those, and then like for dinner you have chicken noodle soup or whatever.
I don't know. I think it works. It works. Max's mom didn't like Zach's haircut.
Yeah, being very passive aggressive about it.
Yeah. And then he's like trying to force Zach into the attic, like very aggressively. And mom's like, "What are you doing up there?" And he says, "We're looking at old magazines," which I think is in my mind sounds dirtier.
Yeah.
Than it is. Like I wouldn't say it to my mom, if I were 12. I wouldn't be like, yeah, we found some old magazines, wink.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And then she follows that with "Don't get too dirty up
my
there," which like, okay.
I didn't even think of that. Oh boy.
Lefty is really excited to get back up there. He's ready to get back in the game, do more invisibility shit. He's awful. And he drops his softball in excitement, and Zach says, "Your brother's made of rubber." And I wrote, "Yo ho ho." He took a bite of gum. Thus concludes my portion of the book.
There you go.
Well, wait, no. Well, I mean, wait. There's more missing, isn't it? Because Lefty goes. It's Lefty's turn, isn't it? Did we just?
That has not. That does at the end of chapter 8.
Yeah.
That chapter ends with, you're right. You're right. There was more. Okay. Go. I think I may have pasted something in the wrong spot. Anyway, well, okay, there is more. So yeah, I'll continue. Or I just thought it ended early. Okay, well, that's fine. I've got more notes. Or I've got highlights. Let me. Boop, 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 boop. That comes up on Saturday. Porno mags, got it. Don't get dirty there.
Okay, while Mario's finding his spot, I just wanted to really quickly mention that at this point, Whitey has disappeared from the book.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if Arlstein forgot or he's just not relevant.
Yeah, I thought at a certain point, like, oh yeah, let's not mention the weirdly named dog.
I was very happy because I was reading this book and I got tired of saying Whitey.
Yeah.
Whitey. Yeah.
It sucked.
I mean, you say it so much already. Like,
all right. So,
in your normal speech.
I do not say Whitey.
So, all right, here. So I'll go through the things I noted down.
Okay.
My crib notes here. So, Max says that falling down is Lefty's hobby. He falls down about 100 times a day. That's worrying.
Yeah,
seriously.
That's a concerning sentence.
That's like the beginning of a House episode. Like, what the fuck?
It is, isn't it? They go up to the attic. And Zach is like not impressed, but also Max is being like super coy about it.
Yeah.
He's like, "It's an interesting mirror, don't you think?"
Yeah.
He says, "Zach was in for a surprise of his life, but I wanted to confuse him a little bit first." Yeah, he's very confused why his friend is wasting his time on a Saturday in a fucking attic. So Max is really yucking it up over here, really enjoying this. He's like, "Should I show Zach the secret or not? I don't know." Because evidently Zach is a real gossip and he loves secrets.
And Lefty's like, "Come on, just show him, Max. Come on."
Yeah, and then so he finally says, "I bet you I can disappear into thin air." To which they make a somewhere between 2 cents and $10 bet.
Yeah.
And Zach is like, I've got a magic trick at home. I can do over 1,000 tricks.
What?
Yeah, cool, man. Really cool.
He's so cool.
So Max does this. Zach is suitably impressed. Lefty thinks it's fucking hilarious. And Max throws Lefty's softball directly into Zach. Just like right into his fucking chest, which like it's bad when Lefty does it. It's worse when you do it and you're invisible, bud. Also, then he pulls up Zach's t-shirt over his head and starts tickling him. It's weird vibes here. Like this weird moment, like getting a little. You know what? He's going mad with power, I would say. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and in this moment, it has done so.
Invisibility power corrupts invisibly.
Max just does a bunch of shit in the mirror as invisible, as an invisible boy, to which Zach is like, whoa, I'm getting too freaked out, man. Also, Max begins to feel dizzy again.
Oh no.
He reached up the chain and he suddenly felt very tired and very weak, as if it took all of his strength to wrap his hand around the chain. And I really thought he would miss the chain again, but he doesn't. He has this strange sensation that the mirror was pulling him, tugging him toward it, and holding him down. So, note that. So he doesn't become visible immediately, and Max is explaining that it takes a while because he stayed longer, and then he realizes that, wait a minute, I don't know fucking anything about this weird-ass mirror. Like, I don't know shit about this. Which, I mean, sort of. You do know some things about it. Which, like, so he starts asking, like, questions about his assumptions, which I think is pretty solid in terms of, like, what a normal person might do in this situation, where it's like, why does he think that it is automatic that he comes back? What if there's a limit to the number of times you can come back from it? What if after the third time you do it, you don't ever come back? What if you're always invisible? What happens if the mirror breaks? Do you stay invisible forever? You know, these are the questions that I think are these are fair questions to be asking in this situation. So he comes back. He is like trying to maintain that he's very proud of how cool this is, but internally he's very trembly and shaky and his knees are weak. Mom spaghetti. So Zach is like, I gotta try this, but they realize that Lefty is gone. Lefty has disappeared. They're like, what? Where could Lefty be? And they begin panicking quite hard, actually. Panicking quite a lot about where Lefty could be. Chapter ends with Lefty is gone.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun
Dun dun dun. What I mean, but like honestly, what do you fucking think happened to Lefty, gang? Like hey
real.
guys, you're in a room with a fucking invisibility mirror.
It's like he went invisible or something.
He's like, what?
That can't be possible. It's not like we have already established that people can and have gone invisible. Yeah.
Well, I guess the mechanism is that you need the light to do it.
That
right?
is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So yeah,
They should have
Lefty's
seen
missing.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're at my portion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of wrote out a little summary. So I'm just gonna read it out. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lay it on me.
in a freak out, Max slaps the mirror, calling it a stupid mirror. And I don't know, for some reason I just thought it was fucking funny.
It is
I just
funny.
thought in my mind, I'm just
It's
going,
fine.
fucking mirror, god damn it. But anyway, so of course nothing happened.
Bitch mirror, goddamn.
Of course nothing happens. Lefty's alive and just likes to scare the hell out of his brother. Max and Zach retaliate by doing things to Lefty that make him, quote, scream and laugh and squirm and cry all at the same time, which made me feel fucking uncomfortable.
So I would note one thing, that I think he actually was non-invisible. He was hiding.
Yes,
He
he
was
was
hiding,
not
yes.
invisible. He was hiding, and he just, he did his whole boo thing. So yeah, which clearly doesn't bother Lefty since he's laughing like a lunatic the entire time that he's doing it. But then April, like I breezed through these chapters, by the way, so just cut me off if you need to. Okay.
No, that's fine. I mean, honestly, I think that this portion of the book is very like
Breezy.
breezy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would just I'm going to withhold as much commentary as I can until you get to the end of the chapter summaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then April and Aaron show up, and it's revealed that the shit in the attic is so old that when April picks up a magazine, it literally crumbles in her hand, which I don't I've never had something in my hand so old that that happened. But anyway, and Max reveals his major character flaw. He cannot keep a secret.
Max.
Yeah, I think this is his buildup of, okay, this mirror is just causing me so much stress. I think he's at war with himself. He does not want to actually really keep doing this shit. Anyway, trying to prove to Aaron and April that the mirror is real, the gang goes back up to the basement only to find that the mirror light is on and Zach is gone. And that's the end of chapter 9.
Alrighty.
I think the only thing or maybe one thing I have to add is that during the scene when they are making Lefty squirm and laugh and cry, and I mean, okay. Anyway, I was gonna add some more blue responses to that, but I'm gonna restrain myself. So he said, Zach says, "Let's beat him up some more."
Yes.
And Max says, "Okay."
Yes.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I like that camaraderie. Yeah, let's beat him up some more.
Sure,
All right,
dude.
cool.
It's very
Great. Pretty up. Yeah.
it's very what was the name of it? The show we did. Fuck, I forgot.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, the friend that grabs his little brother.
Yeah, exactly. Like as soon as they're commanded, they're just bros, and it's like grab him, and he's like, okay.
But yeah, I think it's kind of I think it's good that like in the past few chapters when Max has not been taking this very seriously, he's been the one that's like, no, we keep this secret. It's so cool. What a cool thing. And like, it is weird that now he can't keep a secret. A little weird. Okay. But at the same time, I do agree with you, Rachel. I think like he's very like, he is conflicted about this. Like,
Yeah.
he has now experienced some stuff that has made him really uncomfortable with this.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, chapter 10. April and Aaron are effing aghast that Zach is fucking invisible. Lefty is tickled, but Max is freaking out because Zach admits that he's been invisible since the brothers left the attic. I don't remember if they put in how long, because this is when they start start telling each other like how long specifically, like how much time they've been in the mirror.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes apparently in this case.
Okay. So Zach is starting to feel sick. So Max pulls the light chain, but Zach doesn't come back immediately. When Aaron asks Zach how he feels for an update, he says, weird, like I'm never coming back.
Oof.
And by the end of the chapter, Zach is just still invisible. That's just how the chapter ends. That's the cliffhanger. He's still invisible. He hasn't come back.
Yeah, it's taking so long that the whole chapter goes by and he's still invisible.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough though.
And again, I want to note that this is where I think I began getting the like, is this a drug thing? Is this like a R.L. Stine doing a very special episode of Goosebumps kind of thing? It's just like this vibe I started to get here, and I think it becomes more clear or more a stronger vibe for me later. But like starting now, where like it seems like okay, so the fact they have like a come down period after the invisibility.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, especially paired with the TV show, I can totally see that. Like it's also like the psychedelic imagery of something that will happen eventually. Like really kind of makes me think, oh shit, okay, this might be a little bit more than what's on the surface here. At the very least, it's a tale of the dangers of peer pressure.
I definitely that for sure that.
And also the importance of having a quote scientific mind. I think that's the quote that'll happen a little bit later. But anyway,
which goes to like again, I kind of like this story for that reason. This story feels like it's drawing from like the very specific time in horror writing, and I guess I would say it's like the pre-Lovecraft to Lovecraft time when you had like horror about scientists doing things scientifically. Do you know, like like very nerdy dudes conducting experiments, like
the Blob-esque,
like the Frankenstein-esque approach to something.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so chapter 11. Zach insists that Max do something, and now it's enough to actually freak Lefty out, who wants to tell Mom. And Max wonders what the hell Mom could possibly do, but Lefty rightfully argues, I think, that they should probably get any kind of help. But it's at this moment Zach begins to shimmer into view. I think that's how it's described. Zach attempts to gaslight the crew by insisting he actually wasn't scared at all on any level, and also reveals he's more of a pervert than Max when he excitedly admits he wants to go invisible again to go spying in the girls' locker room.
There you go.
Can we also please note right now, I just want to note right now, the word that R.L. Stine uses in this book is locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the TV episode uses a different word.
Yeah.
I think it means something different.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
They're both bad,
Yep.
but I think the word the TV show uses is weird.
Yeah, the implications are definitely, let's continue.
And I think, well, never mind. Okay, we'll get to that. So enthusiastic about his new opportunity to perv, Zach claims alpha warrior status and taunts Max into trying to beat Zach's new invisible record of 5 minutes. So yeah, you're right. It's 5 minutes. But it's Aaron's turn now. And despite Max's and April's hesitation, Aaron and Lefty want desperately to get invisible while April stays far the fuck away and keeps the timer. At about the 4-minute mark, Aaron begins to feel strange. April demands Max bring her back immediately, and Max notices Aaron's voice starts to sound, I think they called it far away. It takes Aaron 3 very tense minutes to reappear, and Zach teases Aaron for not breaking his record, saying, "You came so close, but you folded just like a girl." I thought, wow, fuck off. Anyway.
Yeah, I do like the part in this chapter where Max, as an Aries, says, "Can you believe this guy?" Like, get a load of this asshole.
I want to say Zach is the villain of this fucking story because he's just constantly egging everyone on to do this shit anyway. So anyway.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
Definitely not helping.
Yeah. So Max is next, and even though he gets a very bad feeling about this, he yanks the light and goes invisi anyway, and that's how that chapter ends.
He goes invisi?
Yeah. That's what I call it.
Let's get invisi.
I play too many video games.
Let's get invisi.
I love that. Touch me or get invisi.
Let's get invisi with it.
Get invisi. It's awesome.
See? Rachel was like, I don't know, should I write the summaries like this? Or,
No, you definitely should. This is good.
Okay.
This is good.
I
stuff.
encouraged her that was funny as shit and she needs to write like that.
Okay. Well, cool. All right, here we go. So next chapter.
What chapter number?
Chapter 12.
Okay.
So I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So while Max is invisible, he wonders how this whole thing even works. He brings science into the mix by pondering over molecules. And then I think he does ponder over like how the light could also be doing this thing. I think they do spend a paragraph on molecules.
Yeah.
Yes, they do talk about molecules.
They're like, it's doing something to our molecules.
But he does say if your molecules broke up, you'd have to feel it. Which, I mean,
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess that's the thing. I don't know. Aaron asks how he's feeling, and Max says he's okay, but he notices that his voice sounds off and far away. So he gets to 4 minutes 30 seconds, but Max seems affected by the light, as if it's pulling him, and he feels like he's floating. Max's description sounds like he's dying as the heavenly glow of the light bulb attempts to yank him up towards God's embrace, and time seems slowed. Because that's what it reminded me of. Like, I'm dying.
This kid is dying.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think this is really this is what I like about this book. I think this is cool.
Yeah, yeah. This is it. I felt better. I was bored in the first chapter. I was like, what the fuck? But then when you keep reading, you realize, oh, there's a lot of setup actually, or more setup than I was giving credit for. But then, yeah. It's,
shockingly,
yes.
I agree. I also thought, like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Why do we care about any of this? And then it pays off, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys like this, may I interest you in autoerotic asphyxiation?
No.
Well, no, you may not.
Well, never mind. Let's just pretend that didn't
Thank
happen.
you.
Bob, I don't think I'm not the right person to mention that. just so you know, like
No, man, it's just like we'll sync our watches and do it together. It's not weird.
It can go real wrong. I mean, you definitely should have a buddy. You should have.
Yeah,
a buddy.
absolutely.
See, do you look at each other when you?
Yeah, over
you just
Skype.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess if you want,
Well,
it's whatever works for
Yeah,
you.
COVID, we got to do it over like Zoom.
I came across a TikTok that said that when you look into your lover's eyes while you make love, it really like you touch their soul. So I think this might enhance an already enhanced experience, I guess.
When you look into the eyes of a person as you touch their finger through a dead body.
You need to explain that now. No one's gonna know what the fuck you're talking about and think you're a goddamn weirdo.
No, see my great tweets. check my great Twitter account.
Follow at Tomato Grandpa on Twitter.
Oh man, the context. Okay, okay. My coworker and I touched fingers while looking for a bullet inside of a body in a very like meat cute way.
And that's meat, MEAT.
Yeah.
The joke that literally every person on your Twitter made in response to your tweet.
I mean, it's solid.
It's solid. Yeah. Like much like the finger inside of the dead body.
Therein lies the context. But I would just say, for the record, please be careful if you do that. if you do that whole thing, please be careful.
Okay, you could either mean going invisible in a mirror in your attic, autoerotic asphyxiation, or fishing for a bullet inside of a dead body.
No, I meant autoerotic asphyxiation. Okay. Please be careful if you do that.
No. I'm not recommending it in any way. I'm joking purely, entirely, honestly and truthfully. I that's risky. Don't do that shit.
So, freaking the hell out because he's too young to die like this, Max yells at Zach to turn off the light, noticing that he can actually only barely hear his own voice. So after yelling some more, Zach finally does hear him and attempts to turn off the light, but stammers in horror that he can't turn off the light because the light chain broke. And that's the chapter end.
Oh my god.
I think that's pretty solid. Like,
I mean, sure, yeah. I joke, but that is I will accept this, Jovial Bob. I will accept this cliffhanger. It's much better than
I think
fucking Lefty being a little shit.
Like, on the argument that there probably isn't, it's not so broken that it can't be fixed. Like, or you could just remove the bulb or something. There probably are ways around this, and it's not like a big jump scare.
Right.
But I think the stakes of this situation, the way that like it's been building with the way that Max is feeling like lighter and further away and like this weird drifting thing. Yeah, like the light of God is taking him away. Like I think that is the danger of what might happen next feels pretty real.
Yeah. Okay, 13. Everyone's so scared that even Lefty, who was earlier described as Little Mr. Anson Pants, is frozen. Aaron saves Max, though, by grabbing a box real quick and using that as a step stool to reach up to the little bit of chain that's left and connect it to the light and pulls it. That's what happens, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
April, who at this point is looking pale and uncomfortable,
yeah,
lets us know Max beat Zach with an invisi time of 5 minutes and 48 seconds. April pleads to the group about how dumb this all is and how dumb her friends are for doing it, and reminding them that something could go terribly wrong. Lefty gets excited thinking about scarring for life his social studies teacher, and Aaron badly encourages him by suggesting his way of scaring his teacher is lame as hell and that he should go all out by completely destroying her sanity. But that's for another time, Lefty reminds us, as it's his turn next. And that's how that chapter ends.
Poor Miss Hawkins.
I did think, like, man, Aaron's kind of fucking freak, huh? Like,
Aaron's wild.
like Max, you better fucking be careful because this girl's fucking wild. Like,
the quote is, Aaron, that's the best that you can do, Aaron scoffed. Lefty, where's your imagination? Don't you want to make the chalk fly out of her hand and the chalkboard erasers fly across the room and the wastebasket spill everything out on her desk and her yogurt fly into her face?
I fucking love the yogurt touch.
Yeah. And
I mean, in her defense, she's right, because I think all he wanted to do was just pop up behind his teacher and go boo or whatever the
No,
fuck.
I think.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
he just
no,
wanted
she
to
is
say
right.
hi
Like-
from behind her.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay.
She is right. If you were invisible, you'd definitely do way more shit than that. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think it's.
yeah, you'd move the erasers around for sure. I mean, easy. Yeah.
I think it's very cute that none of these kids ever have the idea to steal money from like a cash
rob a
register.
They're
bank.
or anything.
innocent because me and Bob were like plotting all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, the first you. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, are you kidding? Like, fucking immediately they're gonna see bags of money floating out of banks.
Although they do jump to going to a women's locker room,
Yes.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
Yes.
is
Yeah. Well, what is this? The Invisible Man from the mid 2000s, I think. That fucking weird ass movie. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna talk about it.
right.
What movie?
Oh my god. All right, fine. Let me look it up. It's the Invisible.
Oh, the Invisible Man with like Kevin Bacon or whatever?
Yeah, that fucking
Hollow Man.
Hollow Man. My
Hollow Man.
bad. My bad. The Invisible Man was fan-fucking-tastic, by the way. The 2020 movie.
the new one. The
Blumhouse one.
yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. I love that one. It's so good. But yeah, Hollow Man. Hollow Man was, oh, Jesus Christ.
We don't talk about Hollow Man.
We don't talk about Hollow Man.
That movie fucked with me. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of horny Invisible Man content out there.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I must say,
should not exist.
I must say that the Hollow Man did have a really fucking cool, like the reason why I know
the
about
scene
it.
where he goes invisible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only good part of Hollow Man.
Yes, that's it. Literally, do not watch the invisible scene on him going invisible on YouTube, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're on to chapter 14. Lefty is saved by the dinner bell, however, when their mother yells everyone's got to leave because the grandparents, aka Grammy and Poppy, are here for dinner, and they hate when their dinner is even 1 minute late, which I thought they were going to go somewhere with that, but they totally didn't. The gang reschedules tentatively for Wednesday because Zach is desperate to beat his record, and the brothers have a trip tomorrow to Springfield to visit their cousins. Anyway, at dinner, Grammy and Poppy are old and dumb, and it clearly shows as they argue about soup and yogurt.
Yep.
I thought-
this is some peak old people content.
I do remember that he mentions that his grandparents looked sad.
yes.
and-
this is their sad person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to go somewhere, especially considering what happens later, but it doesn't.
At least not overtly.
Well, yeah.
There
Yeah,
might
not
be some implications here. Anyway,
Oh, interesting.
I was going to mention that.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. All right.
Right when Max and his mom notice that Lefty still isn't at the dinner table, Lefty shows off his invisibility by lifting up his bowl of soup and a cup of water. Max freaks out, grabbing each item quickly before they're noticed, but too late. Max catches his father glaring angrily at him, and Max feels himself fill with dread as he realizes Lefty has fucked it up for everybody. And that is a chapter end.
This was like a Lefty, come the fuck on. Come the fuck
Yeah.
on. Are you kidding me?
What are you doing, you little shit?
I wasn't getting annoyed
also they-
until now
Yeah.
with Lefty, yeah.
Yeah. They also talk about eating strawberry soup.
Yeah, the grandparents have this
Cold strawberry
weird
soup.
fucking conversation.
You know, I actually thought the conversation was funny.
Oh, okay.
It is funny. I think it's funny. It's weird. But it's
because they're
funny.
arguing over like you can't have or your soup has to be hot, and he's like, no, remember that one time we had like cold soup? She's like, no, you dumbass, it wasn't cold soup, it was fucking yogurt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You old moron.
You dumbass. I will stab you.
No, we live in a non-violent household. We hurt each other with words here.
And that is that's the only time in the book. Okay, chapter 15. So Max, in a panic, literally waits for his father to say, why is your brother invisible? But no worries, his dad's only pissed that Max is fooling around at the dinner table and demands he go get Lefty or die. Max and Lefty get into a tizzy on the stairs since Lefty almost ruined everything, accusing him of trying to win the stupid championship. But like the lunatic Lefty is, he doesn't care and only giggles at Max's fury and chants about how he's the new champ because he was invisible for about 10 minutes and didn't feel a thing, by the way. Max makes him promise to never go invisible alone ever again, but Lefty's verbal agreements reveal themselves to be as meaningless as a Bloober Team game as Max catches Lefty's fingers crossed on both hands. I put that in for Bob.
Thank you. Oh man, a woman after my own heart.
Damn, dude.
I love you so much.
Okay. Later that evening,
Bloober Team's shit.
Aaron calls Max and tries to convince him that they should use the mirror for their science project because not only
He's the dumbest fucking thing.
dude, yes, I know. I was like, oh, that's so innocent. But Max surprises all of us. Okay, so because not only could they get rich and famous, but they'll definitely win first place and get a certificate to use at the bootlegged blockbuster known as Video World. And Bob came up with that. So I stole that from Bob.
Can you imagine if like you went to a science fair for little kids and like I've judged a grade school science fair before, and like imagine if you were like walking through and it's like, okay, baking soda volcano, whatever. Here is how plants grew in different parts of my house. This person's fucking invisible. We discovered invisibility. It's this old fucking mirror. Take that gift certificate of Video World now, please. Gonna rent Ghostbusters 2. Thank you.
I'm debating whether or not to mention this, but I think this is a good place to mention it. Okay, so you both read the original. This is another thing that I was referring to earlier. Renting videos is not a concept that modern modern kids are into. So guess what?
What?
Video World, the gift certificate to Video World has now been changed to a $100 gift certificate to, quote, Pizza Planet, unquote.
$100 though, that's pretty good.
$100 of pizza.
That's a lot of fucking money.
It's a lot of fucking pizza.
A lot of money for a 12-year-old. Although, if I got $100 and it was just for pizza and I was 12, I would be fucking pissed off.
Yeah, it's like, are you
seriously.
Tell me I can only use this for pizza? Are you fucking
like,
kidding me?
okay, it's called Pizza Planet, which if memory serves, that's the Toy Story place, right?
I think so,
And
yeah.
which Pizza Planet was kind of a
Gaddy's.
yeah, like a Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, that kind of thing. So maybe you could like use some of that money to buy some of the like cool like merchandise there. Maybe. But maybe I don't know.
Now you gotta invest in Bitcoin, man.
Oh my god, it's $100 in Bitcoin. Here you go.
Oh my god.
Here you go, kids. You invented invisibility. Here's your Bitcoin. Come collect your Bitcoin.
Now please go find Elon Musk and turn him invisible. So and then break the fucking mirror.
Oh my god, I wonder what his. Oh, never mind. Okay,
no
so
spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Spoilers.
I'm sorry.
Don't you fucking dare.
I didn't.
You.
You're making it worse. Nobody.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So Max isn't sure he wants to be famous, however, and also that the government would probably snatch that shit up and use it for nefarious purposes, like making the army go invisible. And besides, how the hell does this
would.
thing
They
work?
would.
And exactly. Like I think those are the things that we kind of think of, like they don't really appear in the mind of some of the children read about in these. Like they don't think about it to that extent, whereas we, as the reader or adult readers, like immediately would realize the government's just going to take this thing.
I think if you were part,
yeah.
I think our generation had a little bit more of that sensitivity to it because of stories like E.T. That's something that really hammered home that the government is like, they're going to kill your best friend if they think that it's going to benefit them in some way. So yeah, but you're totally right. Like in terms of like modern audiences, I don't know how ubiquitous E.T. is and kids like film watching circles. Maybe they'll upload the whole thing to TikTok. I don't fucking know.
So Erin does admit that, yes, that's scary and okay. And she has coerced April into trying out the mirror and that they're all going to do it Wednesday, right, Max? And of course, Max is hesitant. He doesn't really want to do it. So Max can't sleep after the phone call and visits the mirror, sitting in front of it long enough that he begins to hear his name being whispered, I think like 3 or 4 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Okay. So realizing that it's coming from the mirror, he runs back to his room, praying the whispering doesn't follow him. And that's the chapter end.
Poor kid.
Yeah, he's traumatized up now.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Okay.
We're back into the peer pressure thing, though. That's for sure.
Yep.
Got that going on in spades.
Yep. Okay, chapter 16. Max hides under his blanket because it continues right up. I thought it was gonna be like next day. Nope. Max hides under his blanket, scared that it followed him, but it is only the sour ass breath of his dog Whitey. Yay!
Whitey returns!
Max wakes up the next morning and tells himself he needs to forget the damn mirror and stop all this nonsense, and then figure out how to get his friends to stop too. But Lefty the lunatic starts scaring Max by flinging his closet door open and messing with all his clothes. Max yells at Lefty to go uninvisi himself so that they can leave for the Springfield trip. But the clothes that Lefty was playing with suddenly drop to a heap on the floor, and Lefty doesn't respond at all and is probably dead for good now. And that is the chapter end.
Before we go with my section, I just wanted to mention that something I forgot to say, which is every single time the dog comes in and they call him Whitey, and Whitey's sour breath.
Yeah.
Whitey's a piece of shit. Fuck Whitey. All this shit. Every time that happens, the mental image of that scene from Dragon Ball pops into my head, where it's Goku standing in front, and all of these armed police officers getting ready to shoot him, and then Trunks flies down and says, "No, don't shoot him. He's not black."
Egghead murderer! Hold your fire! This man isn't black!
Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh, it's funny because in context that he means Goku Black. Goku Black is the alternate version of Goku, which might
actually it's one of the gods of the universe who has assumed Goku's form.
Oh, right. Yes, you're totally right. Yeah. That's Super, right?
Yes, it is Super.
Damn, I need to watch that.
It's actually Zamasu. I'll have you know.
What is this voice? What is
That's my when you push up your glasses.
Anime nerd Mario. Mega Mario has evolved to. Alrighty, let's keep going with chapter 17. Shock! Terror! Lefty just went upstairs to go uninvisible, although he seems different now. Even Max's mom mentions something about Lefty's hair being different. Oh well, end of chapter.
I literally have just written like 6 times in the margin of my notes.
Chapter 18. Having previously decided to call off the TikTok invisibility challenge, Max gets surprised by Zach, Aaron, and April, who show up to his house. Turns out Lefty called them all and told them the challenge was still on. And after some unheeded warnings, Aaron whispers, "Let's get invisible" by R.L. Stine into Max's ear, convincing him immediately that they are in a book and need to move the plot forward. But right when April is about to go invisible for the first time, Whitey shows up next to her. Max screams the incredible line, "Whitey, stop!" And now we've got an invisible dog on our hands, LeMayo. I'm reading these verbatim from my Google Doc.
Did you? Okay, I'd also like to note that April is also gone, right?
Yes,
because April...
They went invisible at the same time.
Yeah, April...
Which I wondered, is this like a fly situation?
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
April becomes Whitey.
Suddenly...
Oh my god!
Suddenly it becomes, what was that, Full Metal Alchemists?
Yeah, it's Full Metal Alchemist, all right.
Oh my god!
I still haven't seen that episode, but I know of it.
Oh my god, Bob.
I know of it. I know.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it's bad.
I heard that it's like as sad as like that Futurama episode with the dog.
It is deeply, desperately sad. It is one of the most effectively sad things in any manga, and like I think Fullmetal Alchemist in general are pretty good. The original anime has problems. I think the original anime is so different from the manga.
Oh, Mega Mario, he's back.
The author hadn't finished the book yet.
I love this new character. It's great.
So I have my problems with that, but that being said, even in both versions of the anime and the manga, that scene is woo.
Would you call it rough?
Oh my god.
Chapter 19. After the dog disappeared for a long chunk of the book, he's back and then immediately gone again. Max yells to pull the string and Zach complies, causing both Whitey and April to reappear. Damn, was hoping for more Invisidog hijinks. The dog's back, but now he has vertigo or something, causing him to wobble all over the room. The kids laugh at him. The kids laugh at him because they're terrible little shits. Anyway, it's Erin's turn to beat Zach's 10-minute record. She goes invisible, and at about 8 minutes, she stops responding, which seems to be the go-to cliffhanger of this book.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's true. At this point, that is true, yeah. And also it happens sometimes pointlessly early on in the story as well, but yes. Yeah.
Now it is serving a purpose, I will just say that. I am being glib,
yes.
But...
Now it is a setup for a thing.
Yes.
It hasn't been revealed what the thing is yet, but now it is, in fact, a setup to explain the spooky part of this book.
Very, very spooky. Chapter 20. Erin finally responds to the other kids, telling them she just went to get a soda because, quote, I guess being invisible makes you really thirsty, unquote.
Can I make one quick addition to chapter 19?
Go for it.
That when Erin becomes invisible, she just starts torturing Zach.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That she makes his, she does the stop hitting yourself thing.
Yeah, she totally beats the shit out of him. And then
she just beats the shit out of Zach for a while.
And Zach specifically says, that hurts, stop. He's really getting fucked up. Anyway, so Erin drinks the soda, and the liquid is described as disappearing when it enters her mouth, which is just baiting me into a dumbass argument about how this book's invisibility magic system works. Erin comes back, but Max thinks there's something off about her, like there was something off about his brother earlier. Zach goes next and gets the other kids to follow him outside, where he plays a prank on the neighbor, Mr. Evander, who is
what the fuck is this?
Who is described as having his, quote, big belly hanging out under his shirt, unquote. He is also bald.
Yep.
Zach deploys the forbidden satanic art of juggling, causing Mr. Evander's tomatoes to hover in front of him, gaslighting him by only juggling when his wife isn't looking at the tomatoes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
When the kids go back to the mirror, Zach goes radio silent because of course he does. Max turns the light off and Zach comes back. But now Max thinks Zach's haircut is backwards, saying that his hair was short on the left and long on the right, but now it's long on the left and short on the right.
It was important the whole time.
It was. No time to think about that, though. Erin and Zach peer pressure Max into standing in front of the mirror, and Zach pulls the string. Comments about chapter 20.
What do you think would happen if the neighbor died?
I thought that.
Jovial Bob R.L. Stein was setting up this dude as being fat. And immediately I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna kill this fat dude. He's gonna
I thought he was gonna have a heart attack.
Further fat shame this motherfucker by having him have a heart attack. But of course, no. Any more comments?
Everything matters. Oh, I thought the end of this was getting into some Invasion of the Body Snatchers shit.
Yeah.
The way that the characters were acting was getting into that zone.
Yep.
Very wow, Max, that's so cool. You got to try it out. Don't wimp out, Max.
Come on, Max. Don't you want to be
again peer
cool?
pressuring stuff?
Exactly. Yeah. So chapter 21, Max is baited by Zach to stay invisible for longer than 13 minutes and 20 seconds. Max complies, but refuses to do anything cool, opting to stand completely still in front of the mirror.
This is hilarious to me. We're the shitty response. Well, fine, but I'm not gonna have fun about it.
Well, fuck you. I'm bored and I like it. He starts to get woozy and demands Zach pull the string, and just as he's about to, a wild mom appears. Comments, concerns, questions about chapter 21.
I do think it's I wonder because I don't know if this is really what R.L. Stein is trying to convey, but it's the vibe I got where it's Zach pull a string, and Zach's like, okay,
yeah,
I'll pull it.
Yeah.
Here I go.
I'm doing it.
Gonna do it.
Yeah, which is funny because consider realizing where the story goes and looking and reading it back, it's why is he even entertaining the idea that he's going to do it?
He doesn't have to pretend, but yeah.
Yeah, no. But anyway, what were you saying? What were you going to say?
I guess this is it's another one of those the tension racking up things, because I think he's starting to feel. They get to 11 minutes. He's starting to feel like shit. He's calling out to them, but they're not hearing. He's still calling out. They're still not. I think Zach says that he is going to start pulling the string, and then that's when the mom comes. So there is like some sort of, because it's like Zach's like, oh, I'm fucking dying, and oh great, now my fucking mom's here, I'm gonna fucking really die.
My mom is either going to kill me with her words because of the non-violent household, or this mirror is going to kill me, or the mirror, aka God,
AKA
yes.
God, yes.
floating up to heaven. Chapter 22. As Max's mom interrogates the kids about the shit they found in her house, Max gets literally high as he floats off the ground and describes seeing a bunch of bright lights. Despite Max pleading with his mom to do something, no one can hear him, and he's sucked into the mirror itself. He describes a quote unquote white world.
Yeah.
Political commentary. There you go. With no shadows, a familiar voice says, "Hello, Max." And Max screams, "Oh!"
I like this. I think this is cool.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
creepy.
think the mirrored zone thing is a neat idea.
Yeah.
Dude, this is Goosebumps like firing, on all cylinders.
Yeah, actually, like successfully, this is R.L. Stine telling, I think, a pretty cool kids horror story.
Yeah, it works, and it also has a lesson about peer pressure, which is fucking go for it, man. Hell yeah, this is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Chapter 23. Max is now face to face with his own beautifully haired reflection, who I'm just going to call Zam. The book goes full Jordan Peele's Us as Zam reveals that every person has a reflection waiting to switch places with them. Max's suspicions are confirmed as Zam hints that Aaron and Zach, whose sad faces are described as floating within this mirror realm, have already been replaced by their mirrored selves. Let's just call them Nair and Kaz. And now it's time for Max to be replaced.
Cause I'm already a reflection.
I knew you were going to do that. I fucking knew it. Oh man. Yeah, this is Goosebumps, dude. This is Goosebumps.
Mm-hmm. I've been waiting fucking 6 books.
No shit.
Dude, there is a certain like expectation you have once you start reading sort of the books that are kind of after this. That it's not an expectation you get from the earlier books because they're just kind of like, these are, middling to all right, to complete dog shit short stories, short horror stories. Yep. But now we're getting into like, babe, when M. Night Shyamalan became a thing, the first thing that I thought of was, oh, so he's like R.L. Stine with Goosebumps. Because that's the expectation you get, from these kinds of short stories. It's like, oh, there's a twist.
But will R.L. Stine have a similar arc, do we think?
I don't know. We got to read his latest book, which just came out, which I forgot the name of. Fuck. Anyway.
Fuck. R.L. Stine's fuck. Jordan Peele's Nope. R.L. Stine's fuck.
Dude,
can you imagine?
Jordan Peele has such great names for his movies, and that I would if Jordan Peele's fuck came out in theaters, I would not bat an eye.
If R.L. Stein's fuck came out in theaters, I would be there in a heartbeat.
I'm absolutely there. Followed up by the sequel, Shit.
Shit.
That's a good name for a fucking horror movie. Mm-hmm. Shit.
Beans.
Darn. Chapter 24. Turns out Max doesn't want to be replaced by Zam, and his idea to get out of this problem is to run away from it, which turns out to be the right move. Max bolts out of the mirror and lands in the real world where Nair and Kaz ask if he, quote unquote, made the switch. Zam, still inside the mirror behind Max, tells them he was unsuccessful. April is extremely confused. Nair and Kaz grab Max and hold him in front of the mirror, then pull the light switch. I just want to say, it's extremely funny how extremely fucking confused April is. And there is no time to tell her what the fuck is happening. And she is just watching these motherfuckers do crazy shit.
Yep.
All while with her like little stopwatch and shit and just being like, guys, what's and they're like literally fighting for their lives.
Like, oh, you guys having fun or what's up? Like, what's up?
Hey, are we gonna go get like ice cream after this? Do you want to ride bikes or what?
What's up?
What's going on? All right, next chapter.
Yeah.
Chapter 25, the final chapter. Max goes invisible, and Zam taunts him from the mirror. Max yells at April, still confused as fuck, to go get an adult. But Nair and Kaz block the door to the room. Hey, why aren't they invisible too? They had to be right next to Max when they pulled the... Whatever. Suddenly, R.L. Stine realizes this book has to end right the fuck now. So Lefty shows up, throws his ball at the mirror because he can see Zam in it and he thinks that he's Max or something. The ball shatters the mirror, sucking Nair and Kaz into it and spitting out Aaron and Zach. Lefty is described as hanging onto the doorframe as the mirror attempts to suck him in, setting up a twist ending even a toddler could see coming by now.
Yeah, very, very much, yeah.
The gang agree to tell no one of this bullshit. Everyone gets lifelong trauma instead of a $100 gift certificate worth of pizza/VHS rentals for winning a middle school science fair by proving physics wrong. And April,
all true.
And April is still incredibly confused. I'm also upset that April didn't get mirrored so I could call her reflection Lurpa. Max and Lefty decide to play catch, and after a few minutes, Max realizes Lefty has been throwing with his right hand, revealing Lefty is either an evil reflection out to replace everyone on the planet with their mirrored selves, or ambidextrous. The end.
Yes.
This is when I started to get upset, though. I think I finished because it's just he realizes in the chapter that this also happened to Lefty, and
right?
And is describing Lefty as trying to hold himself to not get sucked in, which is not affecting the real people like Max and April, because I think he describes in. I think it's chapter 25 where he says he's explaining it to both April and Lefty like he just completely fucking forgot.
Yeah. Really dropped the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this requires you to believe that Max would not like put together that what's happening here. I mean, and maybe he wouldn't.
Yeah, like a post-trauma stun or something. Mental stun.
Yeah, he was probably so focused on saving his own ass and his friends' ass. Although, Lefty being the person to destroy the mirror, presumably for selfish reasons.
Well, we don't know, but I will say that it's. It's set up because he breaks a mirror, or almost breaks it like right at the beginning of the book. So.
It's true, but that setup doesn't really work when you realize that Lefty isn't Lefty anymore. So either Lefty
he gets mad. He says something like you should have caught the ball, Max, or something like that.
He does say that. He should have caught the ball, which makes me think that he thought that the mirror reflection really was Max.
Yeah, I think he thought Max had already.
He would, right? Because the mirror is the reverse Max, right? So,
right,
he would have the reverse features that he would assume he did.
And that would pay off the setup of earlier when the kids get scared by their own reflections, thinking that it's a real person, maybe.
True. If the room is dark enough, yeah, that makes sense. Which it is dark in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Jordan Peele's Us, which is fantastic. Also, I should note that this story was apparently another Twilight Zone episode, inspired by a Twilight Zone episode. That episode was named Mirror Image.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you want to check that one out, this is another one of those. I'm the other one that was the Twilight Zone, inspired by a Twilight Zone was, if I remember correctly, Say Cheese and Die.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, overall, my thoughts on the book, pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
I like this book.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Yeah.
Surprising, like the intro actually got me to be like, oh wait, this is different. I'm actually intrigued.
Yeah.
So there was one thing I wanted to talk about before we go into the TV discussion, and that is, are the grandparents mirror reflections.
Oh, right.
It is their house.
Yeah, it was.
And it is maybe their mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was really hoping I wanted to have the grandparents get involved.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed that they weren't, but
yeah, the ending, I made a joke about it, but the ending does feel like kind of rushed. Like all of a sudden.
No, it does feel very abrupt. I agree.
Yeah, and there is a world that's being set up here. I won't spoil future Goosebumps episodes, but like there is precedent for R.L. Stine to do like a wider world story. Like,
oh, are we gonna get more mirror stuff later? Because I'm good.
Yeah,
with
maybe.
That. Like, I don't know how much I want.
I don't know if there. I don't know what's going to happen. I think there's a Let's Get Invisible too, but I'm talking more about R.L. Stine will tell more stories about like entire worlds that are like different from ours, and so it really feels like that's what's happening here. Like he's dipping our toes, I guess. He's grabbing our foot and dipping our toes into the world of the reflections, like the mirrored world. Mm-hmm. And it seems like these reflections have their ulterior motives, and one of them is to basically just trick people into getting subsumed by their reflection. Yeah. And the perfect way to do that, if for me, would be to like, I don't know, leave a incredibly dangerous object alone in an attic for a stupid fucking kid to find. Mm-hmm. Although I guess they might want to take a more active role in it if they really want the world to be, corrupted. But yeah, and I'm just throwing ideas out there. It would be fun to if there was a Let's Get Invisible 2 to kind of tackle that. So that's all I wanted to mention.
Well, I will say, because I was looking at the Korean cover for Let's Get Invisible, not super good, but there is one with the fucking wild cover for a book called Curse of the Invisible Man, at least that's the Korean title. So I do wonder if there's more to this.
Yeah.
Although there is also one called Hell's Ghost Car, which I'm sure is not the title.
Oh, I hope so. I hope it is.
Hell's Ghost. I don't remember that one precisely. But yeah, I don't know. I do. You raised a good point, because I was not thinking about them being mirror people, but maybe they are, and maybe it is like a trap they've laid.
Yeah. I mean,
it's possible.
They do mention, Jovial Bob does mention at the beginning of this that this house was given to their parents by their grandparents, which makes me think like, okay, so the grandparents retire and get a bigger house somewhere the fuck else and just
move to Florida.
Yeah, they're probably in Florida. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Mirror people go down to Florida. That's what they do.
Well, yeah. So I wonder.
You just explained all of Florida, by the way. They're all mirror. Yeah. They're all crazy mirror people.
I do think that maybe a better twist than the lefty twist is set up because his left-handedness is such a thing.
Yep.
But I do think that having the grandparents reveal the mirror thing would have been a pretty good twist as well.
Yeah. That's the kind of twist you save for like another book, though.
Yeah, maybe so.
But looking at the Wikipedia, it doesn't look like there's another one. I don't know. It could be wrong.
I mean, there are enough books where the parents turn out to be monsters that R.L. Stine doesn't have to.
Yeah, true. So, true. I will say the books with groups of kids, like the bigger the group of kids, seem to be an indicator for the better book. Mm-hmm. Just as a gut, like...
Yeah?
A gut kind of reaction. But anyway, so let's get into it. The thing we've been waiting for.
Oh my god. Gang. I want to start by saying this.
Yes.
I think this might be the most inept 21 minutes of television that I have ever seen in my life. Either the people who made this, literally no single person involved in any aspect of its filming had any clue how to make a thing for television, or they were purposely making an absolute dog shit episode.
Yeah.
It was like, it really comes across as like it was their mission to just fuck everything up and not take anything seriously and just basically make a comedy show, a comedy episode by accident.
Yeah.
So right off the bat with the TV show, first off, it's called Let's Get Invisible, no exclamation mark, which is
fucked. Get it right.
Secondly, right immediately, the music is immaculate. I will play it here. Judge for yourself.
The digging through the attic theme.
Yes.
So changes in the TV show. There are 4 characters because Zach shows up eventually, but Max and Aaron are the main characters, I guess, and Max and Aaron are dating.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
I think
they are dating.
nice.
Because
well, there you go.
like Lefty does a very gross kissing face at them.
Lefty, or
I'm sorry, you're right. Lefty is not featured in this episode.
Nope.
What the fuck?
Lefty
It's
is
Noah.
Which, yeah, okay.
But here's the thing. It's such a bad idea because they still have to do the same fucking thing that having Lefty be Lefty is doing. Lefty being Lefty is reminding you that he is left-handed.
Yep.
Instead, the episode, by not calling him Lefty, just has to keep saying that he is left-handed.
Yeah.
In the funniest way possible by having him
Left-handers
say,
rule.
Left-handers rule.
Get out of here, Noah. Left-handers rule.
Yeah, I have the exact same note, like almost verbatim in my notes.
So it's like a waste of time. Like,
it's very, very funny.
Also, this is not important, and we can, like, for the sake of the episode, we should, like, continue through it. But I just want to note, what the fuck is the racist cabinet?
Oh, yeah, the Indians in the cupboard. The fucking, yeah, oh, man, that's...
What the fuck is that? Like,
Yo.
this is a very, very racist drawing of some indigenous people on a cabinet. Like, what the fuck?
Oh shit, you're right.
Bruh.
I actually couldn't make out what that was.
Oh, God.
It's...
Oh, man.
I don't know why anyone... It's like a child's drawing of, like
Yeah. I think the grandparents did it.
baby's first racist caricature. Like,
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I wrote that down, and I just remembered the movie Indians in the Cupboard, and the thought occurred to me, I wonder how well that is aged.
bad, I bet.
Yeah, very bad. Also, I want to highlight a sound effect that I fucking love, where I think someone falls down or something, but there's
because Lefty throws his ball, and like Aaron like falls down or something, and like anyway,
the drum there's a drum sound effect, and it's amazing. It goes boom.
Yes.
OSF. You're not fooling anybody, Noah.
Yeah.
Also, Lefty does his scare here, his jump scare.
Yes.
But he's wearing a zombie mask.
Yes. Haunted mask esque
Yes.
little zombie mask. And then after the scare, I believe something happens. Some people knock over some shit, and then there is a quote Rube Goldberg machine ass accident that happens because something gets knocked over. I think a lamp gets knocked over,
Yeah,
and then that knocks over.
Lefty comes immediately out of the closet, throws a shoe at
There it
his
is.
brother. Yeah, and then his brother just goes, and just falls back into a bunch of shit that then opens like a hole.
Yeah,
It falls so hard that he breaks the wall open.
Yeah.
kid might want to go to the hospital and see if you got a concussion.
Which this changes like so much, by the way, because instead of it being a hidden door, this room was built and then covered over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. But you know what we should do? We should check this out.
Check this out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my!
Check this out.
The mapley smell of Canada is all over this episode, folks.
Yum, delicious.
They are so Canadian in this.
I love it. There are more examples that we will get to later. But
Check this out.
Max goes invisible nigh instantaneously in this.
Yeah, they don't fuck
compared to
around.
They just.
Also, quick aside: the mirror.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, who wants to describe it?
Mario can.
Well, Rachel and I, before this episode began recording, both agreed this is a fucking Beetlejuice ass mirror.
Yes.
Yeah. Ripped out of it.
When What's-Her-Face starts to decorating in that movie and she brings all that weird shit. This is what she would have brought
Yes,
into the home.
yes. It's like a cabinet of Dr. Caligari,
Yeah.
like expressionist mirror. It's so weird. Like,
Also, did you notice that it wasn't like a mirror? The original book says that it's not a funhouse mirror.
no, yeah, it is one in this episode.
Yes.
It's the reflections are totally all wobbly and weird in this one. So
Yes, it's like this room is so weird. This room is all weird. Anyway, so yes, Max goes invisible very quickly. Mm-hmm. Wastes no time going invisible.
Nope, we're getting right to it. And another interesting difference is that I believe it's Max who highlights that the light switch that was that's right in front of the mirror that they're using to go invisible and go uninvisible. It is it's attached to the mirror, and the mirror has a plug, and that plug is not plugged into anything.
Oh, he doesn't note it. He sees it. He notices it as he's leaving.
Right.
I have a note here. The acting is bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Very.
Because which precedes the amazing scene where, as we discussed in the book, there is a long period of time where Max does not believe that he became invisible. That is not in the show.
Nope.
Instead, Aaron says, "You were invisible." And then Lefty says immediately, "Yeah, you were." And then Aaron says, "You really were."
Yes.
Yeah, Max
and Max goes, "Wow."
What's with you guys?
Max, you were gone.
Don't be stupid. That flash of light must have fried your eyeballs, that's all.
You were invisible. Yeah, you were. You really were.
Wow. Invisible.
Max denies it once and then immediately is like, oh yeah. And
Wow.
before we keep going on, I do want to mention that at the very beginning of this, Aaron asks for help by going, help me.
Help me.
Which in the exact same style as Diablo 2 characters. Like there was a button you could press in that game where it would go, help me, help me. It's great.
It's so important to note that no character emotes at all in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Every line of dialogue is delivered completely flat.
Yeah.
No expression. Dead, utterly dead. They have no thoughts at all about this dialogue.
Head empty.
Well, I guess Lefty, I feel like they're a shell of their book self, except maybe for Noah, who actually, that kid actor, I've seen him in some shit, so when he grows up, he does more stuff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, is it hard to play an annoying kid? I don't know.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a old MST3K joke. I think it was in Werewolf, where Crow goes, because there's a character who's just like not expressing anything on her face, and Crow goes, okay, for this scene, nothing enters your brain. You are completely expressionless. Perfect.
Remember, Cindy, nothing gets in. No information ever reaches your brain. Good.
That is every single scene.
It really is. And to exemplify that, the scene in the bathroom
Oh God,
is art.
The transition though before that, because the mirror, they decide to do some special effects with the mirror after the kids leave. It's got this weird purple shit coming out of it, and then transitions to a weird over the head shot of Max gargling. So like you're zooming out, looking from his mouth.
Yeah. That was actually, I like that. That was a nice little.
Yeah. Looking into his mouth. Yeah.
It's just kind of a weird fucking thing. Yeah, be weird about it. Do more shit like that.
That was that's weird. It's all right.
This is what.
So he's gargling in front of his triple mirror.
Yeah.
Which is 3-paneled mirror, which is so weird.
You got a mirror triptych over here.
No one has. Yeah, it's a fucking mirror triptych. Which no one owns this. Let alone a 12-year-old boy. But he's like, but here's the thing. So like, I swear to God, the like note on the script or the director's notes would have been, all right, Max. Now you're looking in the mirror and you're thinking about the mirror upstairs and you're curious about what the mirror is doing or what's happening with the mirror and you're conflicted about it. And he's like, got it. Yep, got it. I got this. And he's like, steps in the mirror and just goes, oh.
It's fucking, you know what it reminds me? It comes off as like bad artsy stuff like from those fucking FMV games that you keep playing. The way that he's just looking, is that what they're called? Where it's just like he's just looking, it's this 12-year-old boy looking at this fucking mirror and I don't know how to describe it.
If no thoughts, head empty. I mean, literally.
I literally have Mario. I literally have this is verbatim in my notes. Quote: "Oh my God, the scene in the bathroom where Max stares blankly at his mirrors is the new head empty meme." Unquote.
Yeah, it's no thoughts, head empty.
Also, the word you're looking for, babe, is Sam Barlow-esque.
Yes, Sam Barlow. Yes,
Barlow-esque. Also, this reminded me again, I have my notes of the MST3K bit from Hobgoblins, when the Hobgoblins come out, when they first land, and the security guard is just looking at them, and he has no expression on his face whatsoever. Like, they just started filming, and they hadn't given him direction yet. And Crow, and I think it's Crow says, "At this point, I hadn't yet reacted."
And it stared right at me.
At this point, I hadn't yet reacted.
You know what it reminds me of? That one Italian movie, I guess, where they're doing a zoom. He's like shaking his head back and forth.
Oh, Troll 2?
Italian Spider-Man?
Italian Spider-Man.
Yeah, and so if you look at his fucking face, but if you just made it to where he's not saying anything and it's just a zoom in that movie, it reminds me
yes
of this
the listener. The thing that Rachel is talking about is a very, very popular GIF. You've likely already seen it, of a white dude with long brown hair, with his mouth slightly agape, shaking his head no, and the camera is slowly zooming into his face. And that is, Rachel, you nailed it. That is exactly
from Italian Spider-Man, a fucking classic. amazing comedy movie.
What was it? Fuck you, go get me a macchiato.
Hey, so crocodile.
I actually quote that movie more than I realize, because every time something weird happens, I say to myself,
Capitan Maximum.
Jesus Cristo.
Jesus Cristo crocodile.
Oh my God. Also, listener, I am going to post a lot from this show on the much like I did for the previous Ryan Gosling centered Say Cheese and Die. I am going to post on the You Can't Scare Me Twitter. It's at YCSM Pod. And I am going to you need to see it. Please.
You have to see it.
You have to see it to believe it.
Seriously.
It's
on Netflix, and Netflix sucks, I know, but you have to see it.
Yeah.
Don't fall for the YouTube versions. All of those are either sped up or slowed down or tone or like it's weird. It's not played 1-to-1. You need to see this. It's so good.
Yeah, in its pristine form. So, okay. So we're in the mirror scene. It's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. It's one of the worst scenes ever made by a human. It's so incredible. It's like chef's kiss.
I need to take, the meme of the lady where she's staring blankly and the math is like flying around.
Yeah. That's what came to my mind.
It's literally that.
I was like, babe, this is like a meme fucking... How come no one has used this yet? I need to see this on the internet.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it a thing.
It's made even better by the fact that this is a 3-panel mirror, so there are 3 of him.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's like, the director is like trying to give him like direction of like, look at them to be like, oh, these are all 3 different me. But the way that he's looking at the reflections are like throwing your eyeline off completely. There's only one mirror where it makes any sense.
It's perfectly horrible.
It's so bad. Anyway, speaking of bad, Zach's
so he goes
here.
upstairs to the mirror. Wait, you can't do the Zach thing yet.
Oh no,
I'm sorry.
First, they go. Oh, okay, all right.
He goes upstairs as he did in the book, and Noah is there. Okay, and they decide to go invisible together, and they do this with the amazing effect of having them become flashlights on strings. It's gonna bob around. It's just incredible.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
And then Noah like puts a bedsheet over himself, except that it's very clearly an adult man. Like it's very clearly an adult like holding his bedsheet.
Look, we can't have kids put blankets on them. It's not.
It's too dangerous.
It's too dangerous. We need to prevent them from doing that.
They get dizzy, they pull the chain, and immediately become visible. I note that they immediately become visible because I want to stress that to this point in the episode, both times people become visible, they have gotten invisi. I'm sorry. They have immediately become visible after clicking the light. There has been no delay at all.
Yep.
This is important for a line of dialogue that makes no fucking sense.
Anyway. Yeah, let's keep going on. I just remembered something.
All right.
No, I meant keep talking. I didn't mean pause.
Oh, it looked like you were thinking.
I am thinking. I'm always thinking. God damn it. It was oh fuck.
You need to get yourself a triptych mirror to help you think.
I do. That'll really help me think. That's a great way to fuck up a kid. Just put them in front of a fucking.
Yes, but how does your left side look?
Oh my god.
Okay, but how does your right side look? So I'll just note that Zach is in this episode. He did not get a haircut. He got an ear piercing. It's a lot more wild, I think.
Wow.
Wow. Also, Max's mom appears and is like the wackiest looking lady that I've like.
Yeah, she doesn't look like how I would. I mean, she doesn't even act like her book self either.
No, first of all, she looks like a bike cyborg. Like she looks like the jazz style of like Taco Bell decorating. You know what I mean? Like she looks like she is an 80s mall, or a 90s mall.
Yeah.
She walked into a mall and said, "I'll take that on a shirt."
Yes.
So there's this scene with Zach where like he's like, "I don't really care. This sounds dumb. This is, I don't know about this." And
he's eating some peanut butter.
Yeah, out of the jar. You fucking. I mean, like, it's fine if you peanut butter out of your own jar, but your friend's jar.
Dude, I was thinking the same shit.
Bruh, no.
But
like, if it's your personal jar, whatever. But like,
so while Zach is, in disbelief, they're trying to convince him to like go upstairs, I think.
Yeah.
And then Zach has an amazing line delivery where they're like, "Yeah, we'll turn you invisible," or like, "It's crazy what's going on up there." And Zach,
he says it's the most incredible thing in the universe, in the entire universe.
Yeah.
Is the line, I think.
And Zach goes, "Yeah, right."
Don't worry. It's only the most incredible discovery in the entire universe.
Yeah, right.
Because his finger pops out of his fucking mouth.
He's like,
yeah, right.
Well, he goes like, "It's not like it's the most incredible thing in the entire universe," and then cuts to, "It's the most incredible thing in the entire universe."
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
And
That's
this
fine.
is when I was like, "Oh, please tell me." Okay, it's bad like this on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, or
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I was trying to just because I just couldn't understand why they kept making really silly, fucking stupid decisions that were
This definitely feels intentionally silly. This part feels intentionally silly. But I don't know that the whole episode is. Like,
I can imagine if you're like working on this project and they're not letting you like, do what you want to do, or you don't want to do this. You're like, "Oh, fuck it. Let's just make it fucking funny. Let's make it purposefully, intentionally terrible, because who fucking cares? This is for kids. Fuck it."
this is where Max says, and this is what's important about the locker room thing. This is where Max says we can go spy on the girls' washroom.
It's like the ultimate secret weapon. Oh, we could be famous.
We could invade the girls' washroom.
And Canadians can tell me if this is the word you use for locker room, but it's not the word that I use for locker room.
Nope.
Yeah, it just really sounds like an adult wrote that fucking thing. The
like when you
washroom.
say girls' washroom, I think you mean bathroom.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Because that's what washing is.
Yeah.
Which it's like, Zach, what the fuck do you want to see?
Wait, wasn't it?
I want to see the girls pee.
It was Lefty. It's Noah in the show, in the episode, that is
It's
the one
Noah
who
who
says
says that?
I'm pretty
What
sure
the
it's
fuck?
him. Yeah.
It is
even
Noah.
worse.
It's Noah. You're right. It's Noah. It's Noah. It's Noah.
It's like a fucking 10-year-old being like, "I want to see her pee."
It's gonna be a fucking perv.
What the fuck, man?
Well, I guess in the book, like, all three of the boys, Max did it first, and then
They
Lefty
do.
does it, then Zach, yeah.
They all do bring it up in the book, yeah. But in this show, it is just Noah. Zach calls it the ultimate secret weapon. I'm sorry, that's what Zach says about it. I have a note here. The dialogue is so fucking bad.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't even know how to tell you. I can't even express how bad it is without jumping to the part where so Max goes invisible again, and the chain breaks again, or Noah breaks the chain. And he can never break the chain.
Also, I just want to really quickly say, why is the shortest kid the one jumping? Like, clearly,
it's a great question.
Like, just have one of the taller kids. Like, fucking Zach, get over here.
No, because then Aaron then goes and does the exact thing. But when Max comes back, he is freezing cold. Okay, this is important. The show makes this a thing. He's freezing cold, and Zach says, "Brain freeze, total vapor lock."
I was right here, but I wasn't.
Brain freeze. Total vapor lock.
Oh my god, I love it so much. It's so good. Brain freeze, total vapor lock.
Total vapor lock.
Total vapor lock. Which, if I think that's a reference to like a Ziploc bag commercial.
I guess.
Like total vapor lock.
I don't know. I don't know.
If in that context it makes some sense. Without it, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is this?
What are you doing? Whatever. Brain freeze, total vapor lock.
So Max and Aaron both agree that no one should do it anymore at this point.
Yes.
But Noah and Zach disagree. But everyone has to. Max makes everyone promise to do it. Except Noah, who crosses his fingers, right?
Yep.
And waits for, like a full 10 seconds to deliver his line about it. Like, literally, they all do it, and there's like a full beat.
Yep.
Beat, beat, beat. Okay.
I can't explain it. There's something creepy about it. There's something not right. Promise not to use it anymore.
Okay.
What are you looking at me for?
Promise, Noah.
You want it written in blood or something? I promise.
See, you can't hear it and see. You can't hear something and see something at the same time. They have to hit like individually. You need to have space way apart. Also, at this point, we have gotten a boot it and find oot.
Yeah.
Just so much Canadian, like so much Canada.
Also, in terms of the episode being made badly, we go to the dinner scene and I can't hear anything anyone is saying because there's this dumb fucking fart music playing over it.
It's so good.
Like it's not quite penis music. It's like fart music. You know what I mean?
Noah, dinner. We're starting without you.
When you guys were growing up here, did you notice anything strange about the house?
It's so fucking amazing.
It's like
it's so good.
So fucking stupid and it's so loud.
It's very loud. Oh god.
The parents are also like amped up to 11 in this. Like
yes.
They are not the parents in the book.
Mm-hmm.
They are like some real dumb parents. Like,
yeah.
The whole invisible dinner thing happens where Noah starts like moving shit around invisibly.
Yep.
And it's the most obvious shit I've ever seen, and no one notices. And ultimately, Max just literally picks up his invisible brother in front of everyone, and carries him away.
Yep.
And they're all just like, "Oh, what a goober."
Oh, I guess he's turning into a mime now.
Yeah, they say his dad says hormones. Noah says he feels bad and he has a weird voice effect, and then he disappears. And then it's just obviously Mirror Noah shows up. Like, it's just very definitely Mirror Noah. And he's so obviously evil now.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yes, Max, let's go. Don't worry about it, Max.
Are you okay?
Just fine. You worry too much.
Just leave the mirror alone, understand?
Whatever you say, Max.
Max just fails to react to any of this. The voice happens and Max runs away slower than you'd expect him to. And then we just jump. We just jump in time, and Zach and Aaron are just in the attic now.
Yeah, they're just here. Although, are they? Is this around when the mom is like applying grease or cleaning it from her bike in the middle of the fucking house?
Yes.
Yes.
I laughed pretty hard.
And I guess instead of, because I think in the book it's Noah that's supposed to be at a softball game. It's now Max.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing like softball attire.
Yeah, he came home, I guess.
He comes home, and Zach and Aaron are already up there.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
But I don't know what the fuck she was doing with that bike. the living room.
She had like a brush. I think she was cleaning the. I think she was like cleaning the grease or something.
It
looked like a grease brush, or
okay.
I think that's what. Is that the technical term?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, that's not like a tooth.
Yeah, no.
That's definitely
She's got a toothbrush.
It's not anymore.
I just think it's funny that she's doing it in the middle of her fucking house. Get a girl, go outside. What are you gonna get grease on the fucking carpet, you idiot?
So basically, everything that you expect to happen now happens. Zach does invisible. Voice gets weird. He feels weird, and then he disappears. Okay, and then it's like now evil Zach is here. Okay. Evil Zach.
Okay, brain freeze, total vapor lock.
And he forces Max to do it. Like, he forces Max to become invisible again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very directly.
Yeah, way more overtly than in the book.
Yeah, he's very physical.
Physically, yeah. And notably, Aaron has not been replaced at this point. She's still normal Aaron.
Yep.
And we move into the mirror dimension, which is also what appears to be a dimension made entirely out of a 90s mall. Like, it looks like it's made of jazz.
It looks like it was. It looks like if you went to one of those AI art programs and just typed the word Nickelodeon into it, and these are the images. Like, everything is just Nickelodeonized.
If you typed Taco Bell 1994 in an AI generator, like it would make this.
Wow, I can see it in my mind's eye. It's so vivid.
Or McDonald's 94 or Pizza Hut 94, any of these. And then the show is so generous to us because now Max, who cannot act to save his life, is playing two characters.
The way that Mirror Max grabs Max from behind, twice this happens, is the exact like trust nobody, not even yourself meme.
This is the second gift, however, that they give us involving Max, because the first gift is the beautiful mirror scene.
True.
But now, when he comes across his mirror self, the fucking face he gives when he looks at Zam or whatever the fuck is mind-blowing.
It's incredible.
He looks fucking high. Like, he's high, and his parents called him. He's like...
It's like right before the shot.
Trying to formulate a sentence, but like his face is stuck like this, and like, Mom, what? I'm not high. That's how he's looking.
It's so good.
At his mirror fucking self.
Did the director just like blow a puff of weed smoke in front of the kid's faces
yes,
right before they started
It's like he's got a puff of air in his face.
Like, what?
Aaron is the one that realizes that Zach has been replaced because the earring is now on a different side.
Yep.
Meanwhile, mirror dimension, Zam is like, I've been waiting a long time, Max, since you first turned on that light. So like 24 hours, like you've been waiting like a day.
Oh no.
Well, that must have been real tough for you, buddy. And then Max has this Zam has this really weird monologue about how like they talk about how cold the world is.
Yeah.
The mirror world. Like, this is the real world, Max. Give into the cold. The cold is good. And again, not being elevated. The dialogue is not being elevated by Max's performance.
No.
Have we mentioned at this point that when the kids come back, they're like covered in like it's like someone with a little brush just put a little white in their hair and on their lips.
Instead of being like just shaky and weird, they come back literally frozen, like they were just attacked by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze. Like they're Robin in Batman and Robin after he gets frozen, like just like covered in fake snow,
lying on the ground in the fetal position, covered in fake snow. Yes.
Yeah, so it is literally freezing cold in this dimension, apparently.
Yeah.
And now we must talk about So Max runs away from Zam again.
Yes.
Oh, fucking God.
He does this by running in place, which is very obvious and doesn't look good. But more importantly...
Oh my God.
What do we see?
Everything.
Did anyone note down what we saw? Because I did.
You need to go through it, but I just have in my notes, this mirror scene is the funniest shit I have ever seen. Dear listener, I am going to put this entire scene on Twitter. Watch it. It defies description.
He's running through the jazz dimension, and in this, like, things just start flying towards him, like superimposed images start like flying around him, and they include a basketball goal. A horse.
Yeah, the horse. Oh my God, what the fuck?
An umbrella. A clock. A shoe.
The shoe.
A hat. A door.
Oh no.
So the door has form, and he runs to the door and opens it and enters into another fucking incredible scene where a bunch of horrible, truly bad-looking fake mirrors are like floating around, including like stretched hand mirrors.
What?
Do you remember this? Like they're
Yeah.
like plastic and they're stretched like JPEG stretching artifacts.
Yes.
Did you notice that a lot of the alpha channels on these little little images of, like, you know, the picture frames and stuff, they're off, and you could see like the hole in it.
Yeah. And they're just like floating around, and it's like, okay, I think this is meant to be showing like connection to other mirrors, I think.
I guess. I mean,
but why would the frames be there? Like,
I don't know.
It's I got the vibe that those were all the trapped people. But
yeah,
like
for sure.
Current.
Yes. And they show a number of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of trapped people who I don't know if we're meant to know who these people are.
Oh, I guess I get it. The other mirrors that. Oh, okay.
Aren't they yelling too?
Yeah,
they are. They're screaming.
So if they're
also,
the mirror people, so are they the trapped people?
Yeah, they're
the trapped people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're showing the other mirrors that people are trapped in.
Right.
But I don't know why there would be frames. But also, one of the people they show is a dude wearing a giant yellow turban. If you didn't notice this.
I did not notice.
And he screams and tears his turban apart.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He pulls it around his head like
oh.
this.
He looks like like when Johnny Carson would put on the turban and do his like psychic act.
Oh.
I'm watching it, and then I mean, obviously, so yeah, we see all these like random people in these weird mirrors. I mean, some of them look like picture frames, but you know, whatever. But then we finally come across real Zach.
Yeah.
Who's in one of them?
Yes.
Except, I don't know. It's because
you're right. He's in a different mirror.
Yeah,
like,
it's a different mirror. So I'm like, what the? I don't know. I'm not gonna try to logic this one.
Yeah, like, are these all people taken by this mirror?
Yeah.
Like, what is the implication? I don't know. Anyway, they tussle. He and Max tussle, and then Aaron and Zach tussle, and Aaron wins and turns off the light, and Max comes back, and he's literally frozen, like Robin from Batman and Robin. And he says, with the dramatic energy of a fucking turtle, break the mirror, Aaron.
Yup.
Max?
Break the mirror, Aaron.
Break the mirror, Aaron.
Break the mirror.
He's cold.
I mean, I know he's cold.
He can't swim.
Maybe that's what they were going for.
It's like he was asleep and they like woke. Like, man, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. You gotta get up. You gotta deliver this line. Deliver the line.
Right now. Break the mirror.
Break the mirror.
Come on up. No, I'll go back.
Because all that fucking weed he was blowing him.
Oh yeah, they blew way too much weed.
See, kids, it is about drugs.
Yeah, peer pressure. Give into it.
And then Aaron breaks the mirror with Noah's softball, and Zach, Kaz gets sucked into the jazz dimension, and real Zach returns. Zach says, "What happened?" And Max says, "Someone just got 7 years bad luck." Is that, like, really?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Then the mirror reforms. They all
Yes.
leave, and the mirror, like, regenerates.
Yeah. Which, I'll be honest, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Not uncool. Like, yeah. I didn't dislike that. And then we cut to Max and Noah doing housework, to which the dad is amazed by this. And his dad is like, pass me a glass, son. So instead of throwing like a softball, as Lefty might do, Noah throws a full glass cup. Like, this fucking pelts his dad with a glass cup. And he uses his right hand. And instead of just leaving it there, Max says, "Since when did you start throwing with your right hand?" And Noah says fucking like nothing, but looks directly at the camera and is like, mm-hmm.
He raises his eyebrow. I have written here, if anyone's familiar with the I want to be famous, the girl from that Vine, the way that she raises her eyebrows, it's the exact fucking face that Noah makes when he turns to the camera and just goes like, I want to be famous. And it's so good. It's fantastic.
And that's the ending.
That's the ending.
End.
Finn.
It's so bad that it's good.
Yes.
And I recommend people to watch it.
It's
Because
it's so fucking.
It might be one of the most watchable or one of the best episodes of Goosebumps by virtue of how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Again, listener, it defies description. Watch it. So before we finish up this episode, I remembered the thing that I had forgotten and brought the podcast to a screeching halt that I will definitely take out of the podcast, which makes this reference to it all the more fucking weird. I remembered the amazing line in the book that I talked to Rachel about because we were both like, what the fuck is this that we didn't mention? There was a part in the book where I believe April turns to Aaron when Aaron goes invisi, and she says, "Now that's a great way to lose weight."
Lose weight, yeah.
Yes, I also noted that. Yes.
What the hell is that about?
Yeah, I don't even know what that doesn't even work. That's not even a thing that happened.
Like, you still have mass. Your quote unquote molecules are still there.
It's just a weird, dumb, unfunny R.L. Stein joke.
It was so weird. It's like, whatever. I just
the
thought
horror when her visible ass steps on the scale and it's still the fucking same or more for God knows whatever fucking reason.
Crane shot as the camera lifts into the air as you hear, no, no one there. Anyways, alrighty. And with that, let's go ahead and go with Mario's patented review trademark.
Okay, all right. Now remember, this is a patent review, and it has three separate categories.
Yes.
I also had to remember this, so you may also need a refresher, and it's scariness, the teen zone, aka relatability, and R.L. Steininess.
Yes.
Okay. So I think this is actually an extremely not R.L. Steiny book. If we take that to mean a bunch of fake outs and shitty, like, not real jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of, like, actual... I mean, it does have a bad little brother.
True.
Many of the Goosebumps tropes are there. So I don't think it's not a 0. But I'm gonna call it a 5.
Okay.
And I have no recollection of what my others were. So if that seems high... subtract a point or two. Teen zone relatability. Now I'm gonna give this one. This is, I think, a 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is very relatable in the peer pressury way. Like, I think as like a teen zone thing, this is relatable. This is like an after school special for you to watch and learn that you shouldn't let your friends pressure you into becoming invisible.
Be like April.
So I think that's good. I think this is some strong kid stuff. And for scariness, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like frightening, But I do think that it has interesting, like, horror concepts in it that are honestly maybe more interesting than many of the Goosebumps books we've read so far.
Yeah. it's explained in a way and it's presented in a way where you really get the idea of why this is scary.
Yeah.
Rather than the coolness of being able to be invisible and spy on girls as they, use the bathroom.
I'm gonna give it actually an 8, noting that it's not really like scare. It didn't go whoa, but maybe more of a ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
All righty. Fantastic. And just for my personal edification, I am going to rate this 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I believe that this is on par with the greatest Goosebumps we've gone through so far, and that would be Say Cheese and Die.
I agree with you.
I think it's right up there.
God, I have to go back and read that, aren't I?
Yeah, that's right. Rachel missed that.
Yeah, you missed that one. You really need to.
I mean,
it's so good.
Rachel, do you think this is it? By that perspective, do you think this is the best one that we've read?
Gosh, I don't know, because I remember really liking the first 2.
Yes.
I do like Welcome to Dead House. I do like that one.
But they were also kind of dark, or at least I remember the second one being kind of dark. And this one's not really dark. It's more fun and playful. Mm-hmm. I mean, not, you know what I mean? It's a fucking mirror and they're gonna die, but
I agree.
The themes
1 and 2 have more serious stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, because I think of all of the Goosebumps books, this probably has the darkest ending, other than maybe Welcome to Dead House.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel good, because I mean, I guess we haven't really talked or thought about that. You're the brother that you knew anyway, or your real brother, is gone.
He's gone forever. Yep.
Yeah, he's dead, I guess.
Yeah, and that's
shit.
That's one of the reasons why.
Oh, it's hitting me.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh god! Rachel's rubbing her chest as she puts her hand on the back of her palm on her forehead.
It's so brutal.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I like the idea of the mirror reforming itself at the end of the TV show episode, because then it's like, oh well, hope isn't completely lost.
Yeah.
All they need to do is go in there and get him back, or there's the potential for that to happen. But in the book, nope. That kid is gone.
Shit, dude. You know what? Because of that, though, I'll elevate it to best.
Cool.
Okay.
Rachel likes kids dying.
No. But it got me to clutch my chest.
That's good stuff. All right. And with that, we are on the last segment of the episode. And right before we get to that, though, I just want to quickly shout out youcan'tscare.me. Visit our website. And if you are so interested and you like what we're doing, go ahead and become a patron on You Can't Scare Me at patreon.com.
Yeah.
So go ahead and check that out. Follow us on Twitter at YCSM Pod, and for more updates and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And with that, let's go ahead and predict the twist. Here is the segment where we use the title, cover, and tagline to predict what the next Goosebumps book is going to be about. And what is the next Goosebumps book?
That's a great question.
I know what it is, because I got the preview when I read the book on Kindle, and I shut up and was like, oh my god, here we fucking go. Rachel, what is the next book? Episode number 7.
The next book is Night of the Living Dummy.
Woo!
Hell yeah!
And the cover is fucking terrifying, and I don't like looking at it.
Yeah, this is one
that is a fucking great cover.
This is one of the most iconic Goosebumps covers. This is the fucking shit. It's going to spawn a legacy that, let's be honest, not worth it. But I fucking hate this character. I hate that this character became the face of Goosebumps. There are so many better characters. Also, Dummy isn't that scary to me. Anyways, let's go ahead and predict the twist. Mario, what do you think the twist of this book will be? Well, before we get to that, let's actually describe the cover of this book.
Oh man, it's so good. This dummy is genuinely upsetting. I think it's a very genuinely spooky looking dummy, and I think it all comes down to the fact that, like, first of all, it's a dummy's head. That's it. It's a dummy's head, mouth agape, and I think that it all comes down to the fact that the eyes are like really prominent.
Yeah,
and are like, if you lock eyes with them, if you lock eyes with this cover, it is very unsettling. Like, the pupils are like very small.
Yes.
It's like very threatening looking.
Like a green iris and very, very tiny black pupil.
We'll talk about it in the next episode, but God, the new cover is like so bad by comparison.
Well, what's the tagline?
The tagline is he walks, he stalks.
Ugh.
A little weird, okay.
Yeah.
What is a twist? Well, if it's like most dummy horror stories, which there are many, and they all basically take the exact same plot, then we can assume, 1, that there is a man's soul trapped in the dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That's a given.
And 2, that perhaps ultimately the owner of the dummy will have their soul trapped in said dummy.
Mm-hmm. You don't think the horror is innate and that there is a murderous dummy just running around trying to kill people?
Well, that depends. If it's doing child's play, then yeah, that's
True.
what we're doing.
True.
But I'm just thinking, I'm trying to get a little wide with it. Maybe someone, but I don't think this is what's going to happen because Slappy the Dummy comes back in like 15 Goosebumps books. So like, I'm sure his soul doesn't get taken out of the dummy. But like,
Rachel.
God, honestly, I don't know. For me, I think it would be cool if its creator. Assuming that it has a creator, and its creator pops up. And, the twist could be that he's not really a bad, evil dummy. It's his creator or something. And he needs you to save him from his creator or whatever.
Someone's controlling the dummy?
Yeah.
Some invisible strings?
And double twist. You get the creator goes to jail because everyone believes you or whatever. I don't fucking know. And then you wake up and the dummy is over you with a knife in his hand. And he's like, "Psych, bitch," and stabs a kid.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that. That's good.
Very naughty.
Very naughty. Naughty little dummy. Naughty little dummy. What's the twist? Shit. I do not remember the plot of this book, but I'm kind of with Mario, where it's probably going to be the standard, like, living dummy, like, story, a la Chucky.
I just don't think it's going to get that wild.
Yeah. I want it to get wild.
If there's fucking 5 of these things, it's not going to get wild yet.
Okay, here's my twist.
Jesus, really?
At the end of A Night of the Living Dummy, it turns out, obviously, the dummy is evil. Obviously, it's, like, controlling on its own. Someone's pretending to use it, and they're pretending to be a really talented ventriloquist, but really it's the dummy saying all these things, which is cool. And then it, like, it goes off on its own. And then, at the end of the book, kid is trying to tell everybody, "Oh, there's a dummy. It's real. It's walking around. It's gonna kill me." And no one believes him. And the dummy follows him into his attic, where the kid pulls down a blanket, revealing the mirror from Let's Get Invisible. And then Slappy and E-Pals fight to the death.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Not gonna happen.
E-Pals being the mirror. I don't know. Should I explain that joke? E-Pals is the reverse of Slappy?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you get that?
I like that. I like this
now,
Goosebumps extended universe kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there should be another version of all these books called Spmub Isug.
Good nod, Dad.
I'll just tell you now. There is a much later new series Goosebumps book called I Am Slappy's Evil Twin. So
is that a? Ooh, could I have been close? I don't remember anything about this fucking dummy. So this will just once I read it, it's gonna be like all new to me.
So
I would love to be surprised like that.
Nice.
Yes, because I called. I got to as soon as they found the mirror. I when we were reading it last night, I looked at Bob. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if the mirror trapped their soul and it popped out this altered version of them? And by the time I read the, basically what I'm saying is I called the plot of this fucking book.
Yes, you did.
And it would be nice if I called the plot of the next fucking book.
Absolutely. I wonder if you'll also call the plot of the Goosebumps Series 2000 Bride of the Living
Is
Dummy.
that fucking real?
Yes, it is. It's a match made in horror. Yeah, that's a conversation for another time, whether we want to do the Series 2000 books and all the other the game books and shit. I think we got our hands full enough with this mainline series. But don't look up the plot to this one. It's a fucking trip. And with that, does anyone have anything they want to go out on and want to say anything?
I have something to say. I've got a final line.
Okay.
I've got a parting thought.
Okay.
Brain freeze. Total vapor lock.
Yes!
Oh man, check him out.
What's this a boot? What's this mirror boot?
hey man, what's this mirror boot?
Oh, I don't know, eh?